Good afternoon and welcome to Guiseley AFC Radio. I'm Colin Robertson. Alongside me this afternoon is Tom Sparrow. It's the Vanarama Conference North match of the day. First versus second as league leaders Barrow come to town. Tom, the weather here, the conditions absolutely set up perfectly for what is, a really incredibly set up game this afternoon.
Yeah, that's right, Colin. Really looking forward to this one today. It's first versus second. There isn't a bigger game in the Vanarama Conference North than this afternoon, and both teams in fantastic form at the moment. Guiseley unbeaten in the last 4, Barrow unbeaten in the last 5, so it makes for a really fantastic matchup today.
Yeah, really tough fixture, of course. Guiseley lost at Barrow at the beginning of the month, but if there's any hope, it's that Barrow have had a rough old time, haven't they, away from home? They've only won, I think, 2 in the last 7, and of course are missing today Jason Walker, one of their main strike threats. So there are some positive signs, aren't there, for the Lions? Yeah,
a few positive signs, especially with Walker not being here today. But away from home, like you said, the form has not been at the best this season. At home, though, they're unbeaten away at home this season. But guys have got a good chance here at Nethermoor today.
Well, the sun is shining down on us at the moment. There was torrential rain last night, but the pitch has held up very, very well. Looks very decent condition, all things told. 2 sets of players are lining up, basking in the sun, this sort of late autumnal sun that we are having at the moment. Well, on Tuesday night, the Lions swept aside Vanarama Conference North pace setters Solihull Moors 3-0 at Nethermoor, and I spoke to Lions boss Mark Bower after the game.
I'm joined now by Mark Bower after the 3-0 victory over Solihull Moors. Mark, 4 wins out of 4. Good performance tonight. Are you happy?
Yeah, very pleased. We're playing against a side that have won 6 and drawn in the last 7 matches. I thought for the first half an hour of the game you could see why they've got the results they've got. I think they're probably the best side we've played this season in terms of the way they took the game to us. But we withstood that pressure, just made a little tactical change and moved Ollie Johnson wide, moved Gavin Rothery into the middle, just to sort of combat their 3-man midfield against our 2. Rather strangely, when you put less men up front, we started creating more chances. But from the sort of half an hour point when we made the change, I thought we just gradually sort of got into the game. The tempo they're closing down, they couldn't keep it up for 90 minutes, and we just gradually started picking them off. And really good goal we scored just before half time. Credit to Wayne Brooksby, starts to move in front of the dugout, and next thing he's there, tapping in the loose ball. And then second half, we really played well, created some really good chances. Could have been more than the 3. Pleasing all round performance. That was excellent in terms of defending when we had to, and when we went forward, we looked really dangerous.
Much made of course, of Omar Bogle and his form this season. Of course, he wasn't playing tonight, but they certainly showed the threat. And early doors, Stephen Drench had to come up with a fine save, and he pulled off 1 or 2 tonight, didn't he?
Yeah, good save early on from a deflected effort in particular. And then in the second half at 1-0, he makes a good save down to his left as well, just after we'd missed almost an open goal as well. So good. That's what he's there for. He's there to make saves, and when we're playing against the top teams in the league, he's going to have saves to make more often than not, and he made them tonight. Really pleased. It's a good clean sheet for him, a good clean sheet for the back 4, good clean sheet for the team. So all round, very, very good performance. Really pleased.
And of course, the win takes us up to second place. It really sets it up even more so for Saturday against Barrow, doesn't it? First versus second.
Yeah, it should be a good one. I think the game at their ground was closely fought. We were on top first half, they were probably on top in the second half. Could have gone either way. Felt a little bit hard done by with a couple of decisions towards the end as well. I think we're 9 points behind them when we went away from that game. Obviously, we've played 1 or 2 more games than them, but we've a chance. If we win that game, we go above them. So, we've had a good run. We sort of looked at the 5 games in 15 days. And hoped we could, get close to the top. If we can get a win on Saturday, that will leave us top of the pile. So that's a great incentive for the lads. The way they're playing, they should have plenty of confidence that we can go out there and put on a good performance. If we defend like we've been doing and create the chances we've been doing, then we've got every chance of getting a good result.
Mark Bower there speaking to me after the game against Solihull Moors. I'm joined alongside me with Tom Swallow, who's just been berating me during the interview because I announced him as Tom Sparrow. It might be a pirating career, he says, in the future. That was take it all in good spirit. Thank you very much. But let's just look back on that game against Solihull Moors. You know, a very tough side, weren't they, the Moors? I mean, they were missing Omar Bogle, but that was quite a result, wasn't it, for Guiseley? Yeah,
very good result. I mean, it was 3rd versus 4th on Tuesday night, and 3-0 against Solihull is, it's a really good result. The first half, they were really tricky team, but once Guiseley got the goal, then they went on and finished them off. But really good result there.
And today he was obviously looking forward to getting a bit of revenge for that defeat at Barrow earlier on this season.
Yeah, 1-0 away at Barrow. I was talking to one of the Barrow supporters, and he said that Guys is the strongest team he's faced so far this season. So away for them, and Guiseley at home today will be looking for the win, especially with how they played in that away game at Barrow. So.
Well, Ollie Johnson's been in irrepressible form in recent matches and is pitching in with a few goals as well, leading him to signing a new deal with the club in midweek. Tom Feeney spoke to him after Tuesday night's win over Solihull Moors.
Ollie Johnson after the 3-0 victory against Solihull Moors. Ollie, to face a side like Solihull Moors, high in the league, fantastic win.
Yeah, well, we knew it would be a tough test. I think they're the form team in the league. I think they've won about 6 out of 7, so we knew it would be a tough game, and I think there were spells where they had some good possession, but I think as the game wore on, as the first half wore on, managed to get on top, and obviously we scored at a really good time just before half time. And on the second half we knocked it about really well, and I think we really made a bit of a statement tonight actually.
What did you make of your own performance? Because normally you've been getting about 60 minutes then coming off. Just the last couple of games now, you're just starting to play that little bit longer. Do you feel the fitness is finally starting to properly come back?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I think it's just been a case of building up my match fitness. 'Cause, with the amount of time I've had injured in the last couple of years, I think it's a case of, the manager wants to maybe just look after me, wrap me in cotton wool in certain games. But yeah, like I say, I'm really pleased to be getting more and more minutes in my belt, and I'm pleased with how I'm playing at the minute. So.
Just how much are you enjoying playing with Adam Boyes? Because it seems like there's a partnership starting there between you.
Yeah, I mean we hit off a bit back end of last season as well. He's one of those players. He works so hard and he holds it up and he runs it behind. So yeah, it's a pleasure to play with him really.
It's another goal for yourself and a really good finish as well. When you got the ball, was the main intention just to have a shot?
Yeah, I mean once I faced the defender up, I think the only thing on my mind was to try and get a shot off it. It was a case of just squeezing it through the gap, and I was pleased to see it go in.
It's 4 wins in a row now, and the momentum is now starting to build for guys. It's Barrow at home next, and of course we lost to Barrow not that long ago, so a good chance to get some revenge.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to, like you say, gain revenge so quickly after the other week. Well, I think we played well for spells of the games, particularly the first half. I think we probably wouldn't have thought that 3 weeks ago we'd have the chance to go top of the league, so that's a great incentive for us. And obviously we just want to keep the run going.
Well, that was Ollie Johnson speaking to Tom Feeney after the game on Tuesday night, and it's great to have Ollie Johnson signed up again for the club, because he's been in superb form, hasn't he, recently, Tom?
Absolutely fantastic form. I mean, he's scoring goals, he's getting assists, he's picked up a few man of match awards. So he's been in absolute splendid form at the moment. He's at the start of the season he had a tricky time, trying to get into the team a bit more. He's coming off the bench a bit, and he's suddenly found his form, and just at the right time as they're facing Barrow today. So hopefully it will continue in today's match.
And it is so important, isn't it, to have players hitting form at the right time, and it's strange the way these two fixtures have come together both in November, and both in the end could be really seminal. For a return fixture against a club, you're normally expecting that to happen in April time or in March time when you've played them earlier on at this sort of stage in the season. So it's been a little unusual. And do you think that'll work in our favour actually if we could get the result here? That could just sort of boost our season on to really challenge for that title for want of a better description. Whereas it might just give Barrow the boost alternatively now if they were to get the victory over us out of the way. The two biggest rivals potentially in this division have met in November, so it could be so important.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing overall. I mean, they know what Barrow can bring. They've played them a few weeks ago, so they know what to expect. And here at Nethermoor today, there's a good chance that Barrow are going to come with the same kind of thing, and like you said, they're missing one of the main strikers, so it is a lot better than waiting until April, until towards the end of the season, when you haven't played them for such a long time. So I think guys will be going into this game with a lot of confidence, and the top two teams, like we said, facing off today, and it should be an excellent game.
Well, one man who was missing last time round was Guiseley's top scorer, Adam Boyes. He knows both clubs very well indeed, having played at Barrow in their conference days, as well as leading the line so effectively here at Nethermoor. Tom Swallow caught up with the frontman after last Tuesday night's victory.
I'm joined now by Adam Boyes after today's 3-0 victory over Solihull Moor. Adam, a good result over a tricky team.
Yeah, we're on a good run at the minute. Obviously, I think they were 6 or 7 unbeaten as well, so 2 unbeaten sides, and I think we went about it well and played well and got a good result.
Yeah, like you said, a good run at the moment. That's 4 wins in a row now. I think it takes you to second in the league. What's changed in recent weeks about the performances?
I don't know. The belief's back, and we've said we've got our heads on it, we can win the league, and obviously we can go top on Saturday. I think if we beat Barrow, so a big incentive again. So hopefully we can go again Saturday and get 3 points.
Like you said, Barrow on Saturday, your old club. Are you looking forward to going back there?
Yeah, obviously I didn't play in the away game, so I was a bit disappointed, but obviously it's going to be a good occasion, and hopefully we can go and beat them.
Stephen Drench had a great game today, kept a clean sheet. Is in top form at the moment, but so are a lot of players. Ollie Johnson's another one.
Yeah, it's nice when there's a lot of players on form at the right time. OJ's been brilliant lately, and if he keeps going at this, I think we can keep him fit. We've got a very good chance of winning the league, and obviously Drenchy's been consistent throughout since I've been here, and that's just what he's like really. He's a very good keeper at this level.
Your guys' top goal scorer at the moment. How are you enjoying your form?
Yeah, I'm loving it at the minute. Obviously we're all playing well, we're playing well as a team. A great bunch of lads. Obviously I'm doing well at the minute, scoring a few goals. Maybe could have had a few tonight, but it wasn't to be, but we won the game.
Well, that was Adam Boyes speaking to Tom Swallow there after the game against Solihull Moors on Tuesday night, and he seemed very buoyant, very positive about everything that's happening at the club at the moment, and there is a real sense that this consistent lineup that we again will be putting out this afternoon is beginning to work wonders for the Lions, and looks like the lineup that we want to follow right through to the end of the season, really. Yeah,
definitely. They've got a lot of players who are working really well together. That's in attack and defence. I mean, Rotherham, Johnson boys, Brooksby, they're all, very good at, linking up with each other. And, hopefully we can see a lot of that today. And, Boyes, he really wants to play in this game. As like you said, he missed the away games, and it's against his old club, and he'll be looking to get a goal. So hopefully he can do that.
Well, the two sides are just lining up in the tunnel, waiting to come out. There's a good crowd here at Nethermoor, all looking forward to this first versus second. Big encounter here in the Vanarama Conference North as we look forward to that. Don't forget you can follow us on Twitter at Guiseley Radio. We like to get any feedback you have on the game. It helps us to know also that we're coming through on air, that technically it's all working. You can also email us at radio@Guiseley AFC. Plenty of other games going on in the Vanarama Conference North. Brackley take on Bradford Park Avenue this afternoon, a battle at the bottom of the division. Chorley entertain Hyde. Colwyn Bay take on Gloucester City. Fylde, well, they're at home to Stockport. That'll be a very interesting encounter. Two teams really pressing at the top of the table. Ourselves playing Barrow this afternoon here at Nethermoor. Harrogate Town entertain Worcester City. Hensford play Tamworth. Leamington entertain Boston. Lowestoft Town and North Ferriby do battle. And Solihull Moors, they are playing host to Gainsborough Trinity, of course, who've signed Danny Forrest during the week. Stalybridge Celtic play Oxford City, so bound to be some goals at that one. Any standout ties, particularly for you, in that crowd of games there at all, Tom?
There was a couple there. Hyde versus Chorley. Hyde definitely need the points. You see, Chorley, I think they're at home, so you'd expect them to get the victory. But it's always good to see the games at the other end of the table, and there's teams trying to pick up points. But I think the Stockport game is a big one for me. They're doing really well, and I think against A.F.C. Fylde, I think he said that's going to be a good game as well.
Yeah, big game, isn't it, there at the top end of this division? So welcome to Nethermoor for this afternoon's match. It's first versus second in the Vanarama Conference North. It's Guiseley AFC versus Barrow. Let's go through the team news. First, Guiseley, who've been the model of consistency in terms of team selection. And this week, Ollie Johnson, who scored in Tuesday night's victory over Solihull Moors, signed a new deal with the club. Danny Forrest, who's played for both Barrow and Guiseley, actually departed the Lions to join Gainsborough Trinity as well this week. So Guiseley line up in goal with Stephen Drench. Ryan Toulson, who scored last Saturday against Gloucester City. Captain again is Danny Lowe at number 3. Shane Killock, Danny Ellis, Jake Lawler, Wayne Brooksby, Danny Boschel, Adam Boys, Ollie Johnson and Gavin Rothery. On the bench, Andy Holdsworth, Nicky Boschel, Jack Stockdill, Alex Johnson and Steve Dickinson. Today's opponents, Barrow, have been boosted in the summer by new owner Paul Casson's investment, and the once proud Football League club are looking to make a return to the top 92 and also planning a redevelopment of their Holker Street Stadium to boot. The Bluebirds beat Guiseley 1-0 just 3 Saturdays ago. So Guiseley's only defeat in the league since August. Barrow have an impeccable home record but have been vulnerable away from home on a couple of occasions, including their last trip to West Yorkshire where they lost 2-1 at struggling Bradford Park Avenue. They line up in goal with Tony McMillan, Andrew Burns, Andy McWilliams, who returns to Nethermoor, former Guiseley man himself, Jamie Crowther, Danny Livesey, Simon Grand the captain, Alex Ray Harvey, Niall Cowperthwaite, Anthony Wilson, Andy Cook and Dan Pilkington are on the bench, Aaron Taylor, James Ellison, Johnny Gorman, Liam Willis and Sam Sheridan. So here we go, we're all set for an exciting afternoon of football here as Guiseley play Barrow at Nethermoor, first versus second. It's the Vanarama Conference North match of the day, and as we kick off, Guiseley are shooting from left to right with white shirts, dark blue shorts, dark blue socks. Barrow in an away kit of all yellow with black sleeves and trim. So Tom, exciting football no doubt to come across the course of the 90. Pretty nerve-wracking for us as well to watch this game. What's your final thoughts ahead of this one?
Well, I think obviously both sides are going to want to get the 3 points here today, but Guiseley are going to want it more. I think they've played a game more than Barrow, so they're definitely got the incentive, especially being at home. We've got a great crowd here as well today, as you'd expect for this kind of clash. But Guiseley really need to go and press on this. Both teams in great form, so I'm looking forward to what we're going to see today.
Midfield battles kicking off with Gavin Rothery just taking the ball down from a header from Jake Lawler towards Danny Lowe. Firm tackle comes in on him and Barrow win possession back here. And now they come forward with Cowperthwaite. Now Cowperthwaite to the left-hand side. Andrew McWilliams. We were used to seeing marauding forward for the Lions a few seasons ago. Is dispossessed. Now Brooksby collects the ball, gives it to Toulson. Into Jake Lawler. Up towards Gavin Rothery. Interception comes in. And the ball goes high in the air and then bounces down on a spectator at the front, and Guiseley have a throw just inside the Barrow half. Toulson lays it into Rothery. The ball square from Toulson and is lost, but Danny Boschel wins it back well. Adam Boys steps across, good ball across the left-hand side where Danny Lowe collects. Lowe cuts in field, gives it to Boschel. Guiseley inside the Barrow half, making patient possession of the football count at the moment. Jake Lawler into the feet of Wayne Brooksby. And Barrow just holding a very steady shape as Guiseley tease them with the possession, but not making any headway at the moment. Now Danny Boschel, little ball into Wayne Brooksby. His first touch is a little bit light and has to recover the ball and send it out to the right flank where Toulson collects. Into the feet of Boys. Boys and Brooksby combined. Guiseley building up plenty of passes as they get towards the edge of the D. Boys then loses possession and there's a chance for a counter-attack. Jamie Crowther up to the feet of Anthony Wilson. The former North Ferriby player goes down the right-hand side and then is brought down by Danny Lowe on the right touchline. Left back will be spoken to by the referee, and I think this could be an early yellow card for Danny Lowe, and that's very surprising. Just 2 minutes into this game, Danny Lowe puts a challenge in on Anthony Wilson and gets the yellow card.
Yeah, very surprising that, Colin. Did not expect that. Guiseley was keeping possession well there until Boys gave it away. Barrow were on the attack. On the left-hand side, Lowe put a challenge in. I'd say free kick, but, yellow card, definitely not.
Free kick to Barrow. They've got plenty of players forward now up on the edge of the D. The free kick itself is out on the right-hand flank. It's whipped in, punched away by Stephen Drench, helped away by Adam Boys. Now Wayne Brooksby collects in field. He's going to lose the ball, though. And Andy McWilliams can come away with it down the left-hand flank here and drives one into the box. Danny Ellis puts the block in, but at the expense of a corner, and the visiting fans get behind their side because they sense blood is there's a potential for a goal here as Barrow get the first corner of the game.
Yeah, Barrow first corner of the game, and the sun is really shining in Stephen Drench's eyes. He's got his cap on. Very sunny, a lot sunnier than we expected in late November here today, but here's a corner.
Corner whipped in up towards the 6-yard box. Stephen Drench claims well, and we didn't really mention that at the beginning of this game, but of course the decision to shoot towards the sun is obviously a key one that was decided when they did the coin toss. Guiseley usually attacking the other way around, aren't they, in the opening periods of this game, attacking towards the railway end. At the moment, shooting towards the bowling green. Flick on from Andy Cook towards Cowperthwaite, and it's eventually cleared, and it'll be a Guiseley throw on the halfway line. One scoreline coming through, bit of a note this one: Chorley 0, Hyde 1. So Hyde, who look lost at the bottom of the Vanarama Conference North, have got the first goal of the afternoon in the division.
I said that's a game to watch, Colin.
Yeah, well, there you go. Tom, you've obviously called that one right. We'll wait and see how that comes throughout the 90 minutes. We'll keep you up to speed with all of the goals as they happen. The moment Guiseley have the ball, a throw in inside the Barrow half. It's Danny Lowe into the feet of Lawler. Blocks now as Barrow clear their lines and send it forward, but it's rather aimless and gone out into touch. And it'll be a Guiseley throw. A fairly breathless start to this. It's 5 minutes into the game, and already Barrow have had a corner, and you sense the tension and the nerves on the field. This is a key game for both these sides.
Yeah, it is, Colin. It's been quite end to end at the moment. Both teams really looking for the attack, and here we go, long ball there.
Yeah, long one up towards Wayne Brooksby. He was not there ahead of McWilliams. Guiseley pick it up though with Ollie Johnson. Ollie Johnson under pressure, 2 players around him. Does well to hold on to the ball, and in the end earns Guiseley a free kick. It's a free kick right out by the left touch line, and it's tried to be taken quickly, and rather frustratingly Danny Lowe's ball forward is blocked, and it's out for another throw to Guiseley. It was a chance really to get the ball in the box, but it wasn't to be. Danny Ellis, ball down the left-hand flank, looking for Ollie Johnson. This time it's cut out, and back to the goalkeeper, Tony McMillan, who sends it all the way into Guiseley's territory and all the way back to Stephen Drench. Just joining us, it's still 0-0 in the very opening stages of this Vanarama Conference North between the first and second place teams. Gavin Rothery now on the ball for Guiseley, plays it in towards the edge of the 18-yard box. Adam Boys isn't going to get there ahead of him. It's picked up by Danny Boschel, but Barrow come away with it. Niall Cowperthwaite takes it out of the half and gives it to Alex Ray Harvey. Harvey loses the ball, a poor touch from him, and then a poor touch from Ollie Johnson. Gives it straight back to Jamie Crowther. Ball comes in towards the edge of the 18-yard box, has to be watched very carefully by Ryan Toulson, just to chest the ball down and back to Stephen Drench, because he had a man behind him in Dan Pilkington, waiting to pounce if he could. And in the end, it's comfortably in the hands of Stephen Drench. Good ball into the Barrow territory, but Andy McWilliams, he certainly knows what to expect from Drench's clearances. He's able to intercept on this occasion. Guys, get the ball back again. And on the halfway line, Ollie Johnson calms things down, takes a couple of deft touches, and then a good ball from Jake Lawler finds Wayne Brooksby. Johnson gets the return. Gavin Rothery and Johnson combine. Johnson some distance from goal, tries to play a reverse ball in towards Adam Boys. He's intercepted well by Andrew Burns, and now Barrow can counter-attack here with Alex Ray Harvey. Good tackle in on him from Danny Lowe. Already on a yellow card, so he had to get that one right. And then the ball over the top and all the way back to Tony McMillan. Yellow card could prove influential this afternoon, Tom.
Yeah, I mean, look at that challenge there from Lowe. I mean, that early yellow card, I hope it's not going to put him off, and that showed, that tackle showed it hasn't.
Ball just over the top there. Tom curtailed his summary there because just for a moment it looked like Dan Pilkington had put Anthony Wilson clear, but there was a flag up and there'd been a slip. I think it was Killick who'd gone to ground. I think it just slipped on the turf, and Wilson would have been clear. He doesn't win this one though. Jake Lawler has the ball now for Guiseley on the halfway line. Clips it forward. We're looking towards our right, directly into the sun. And there's no chance of being able to pick up quite what's happening there. Now the ball comes away with Alex Ray Harvey as Barrow. Clear up to the halfway line. Andy Cook. Good control. Back to Burns. Burns' pass forward is blocked. And it's out for a throw-in to Barrow, just on the halfway line on the right-hand side. The right back launches a longish throw forward. It's flicked on in the air by Cook. And then Danny Lowe just watches this one. A overhead clearance from him. Takes it up to the halfway line. Barrow will have the ball again down that side in a scrappy period of play. With the score still at 0-0. We approach the 10-minute mark. Barrow in possession of the ball on the right-hand side. Win a throw. And they're patiently working their way down the right-hand side. And this throw will now give Barrow a chance to perhaps get a longish one into the area. Burns gets the ball back from Ray Harvey, and then the ball into the area is... Alex Ray Harvey's touch isn't so good, but Barrow do recover possession. And a shot from distance from Pilkington. It's high and wide, and it's managed to get stuck in the netting behind the goal to our left. It sort of reminiscent of five-a-side games, that one, Tom.
Yeah, I think the fans managed to get it down there. He gave it him drenchy back. Yeah, that shot was not a threat at all. Like pretty high and wide, that one.
Just a quick shout out for the Academy. Had a great win over Football CV Reds in the week in the Youth Alliance League Cup. 2-1 they won. They're back at Nethermoor next Wednesday afternoon. 2 o'clock kick-off against the MMU Academy. A big league match for them. And also the ladies who were beaten in the County Cup this week but return to the FA Women's Premier League Northern Division 1 action when they face Middlesbrough here at Nethermoor. Kick-off again, 2 p.m. Guiseley still a little bit under the cosh here at the moment. Barrow just beginning to enjoy possession. Have a throw on the right-hand side, headed away by Boschel, picked up by Boys. Brooksby gives it to Rothery. Now can Guiseley craft some sort of response. Ollie Johnson under pressure. A bit of trickery from the left-hand side. Gets the ball into Brooksby. Boschel continues down the right-hand side. Gives it to Toulson. Now with Ellis on the halfway line. Back to Jake Lawler. And you have to say Barrow holding a very good shape to deny Guiseley, but a good ball here from Ollie Johnson. Finds Rothery. Gets the ball into the area towards Adam Boys, but well cut out by Danny Livesey. He watched that one well. Encourages the home crowd a little low, and Guiseley have a throw from the left-hand side. Johnson out towards Brooksby. His ball is cut out, and it's gone behind, actually, after the challenge from Livesey. Concedes a corner, and Guiseley have their first of the game.
Yeah, first corner for Guiseley here. A lot of good passing there in Barrow's half. You know, they're pressing really well, Barrow at Guiseley. It's hard to create something, but a great ball from Ollie Johnson set this up. Corner
comes in, whipped in towards the edge of the 6-yard box, headed away, only as far as Rothery. He drills it back into the penalty area, and it's blocked and cleared. Ryan Toulson takes it down well inside his own half, plays it long. It's gone over everyone. It's going to go behind for a goal kick, and a rather disappointing end to that manoeuvre. But it feels very tetchy, doesn't it, this start of this game?
Yeah, it does. I mean, Barrow really pressing every time guys have the ball. It's hard to find some space and someone to pass to, so you need to get to players like Ollie Johnson and Wayne Brooksby who can create something there.
In the return fixture, of course, Guiseley came out of the blocks very, very well in the opening spells. Guiseley had the best of the chances, 2 or 3 opportunities to score, but today it hasn't been the same story. And Barrow now with the ball on the halfway line. Another couple of goals going in Vanarama Conference North. Just give you those for a moment, because Barrow are coming forward now with Wilson down the right flank. He's up against Killock. Goes towards the edge of the 18-yard box on the right-hand side. Tries to get the cross. Bounces off Killock. Bounces off Wilson. And behind for a goal kick. So in the Vanarama Conference North, Brackley 1, Bradford Park Avenue 0. And now it's Chorley 0, Hyde 2. Colwyn Bay are leading against Gloucester 1-0. And another... sorry, we thought we had another goal, but we don't. It's that Steadybridge Oxford City have just got underway. So You're right about that Chorley Hyde game at the moment. Hyde leading 2-0.
Yeah, they'll love a victory there.
Guiseley, meanwhile, have a throw-in inside their own half. It's going to be Ryan Toulson. He looks for options ahead of him. Plays the ball up towards Boys. Boys flicks it on. And then it goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. Tony McMillan takes his time. Plays a good ball into the feet of Anthony Wilson. Difficult now for Guiseley to defend. Shane Killock watches that one very carefully indeed. Heads it out. It's going to be a Barrow throw. McWilliams takes it very quickly. Gives the ball into Cowperthwaite. Gets it back. Puts the cross in. Once again, Danny Ellis has to block it. And once again, only at the expense of a corner. So Barrow's second corner of the game. From this right-hand side, they come across to take it. They're getting plenty of players forward. Everyone in the Guiseley half except for Tony McMillan at the moment. They're lining the players up on the edge of the 6-yard box. This one's whipped in. It's a header that's defended well by Killick, but it comes back out here for the ball to be returned once again by Pilkington. This time blocked by Danny Boschel, only up to the halfway line. McWilliams collects, looks for players ahead of him, lofts one up in the air. Stephen Drench comes off his line, claims well. The danger passes, but again, you just sense the threat and the pressure when the high balls are played into the area as well with this very, very low sun.
Yeah, Dan Pilkington with some great crosses there into the box, but very well dealt with by Killick and Lowe at the back.
Now Guiseley have the ball inside the Barrow half. And Brooksby's looking for it. He can't get it. He's chasing hard against Cowperthwaite. Ball up here to Cook. Andy Cook gives it to Crowther. Crowther on the halfway line. Looks for a ball forward. Plays a good one out to the right-hand side. Danny Lowe holds up well, though. Takes it away from Alex Ray Harvey with a good header. Ollie Johnson collects the ball inside his own half. Did not find the space he was on Tuesday night. Gavin Rothery tries to feed it through the right-hand side. Ryan Toulson does really well to take the ball away from Pilkington into the feet of Brooksby. Now out here to Toulson. The low sun really blinding when you look to the right-hand side here as Toulson tries to keep the ball in. He's eventually forced into a tackle, but Guiseley win the throw and they take it quickly. Brooksby lays it into Jake Lawler, but doesn't get the ball back from Lawler. And Barrow clear, and now they look for the counter-attack, and it's a swift one down the left-hand flank as Barrow sense they might get the break in this game. Dan Pilkington on the left-hand side whips the ball into the area. Danny Ellis with a good touch, gets it up in the air, and eventually Ellis completes the clearance up towards the centre circle where it's nodded back from Livesey to the goalkeeper McMillan, and his clearance is eventually out for a Guiseley throw, even though I think Ryan Toulson thinks he's kept it in play. In the end, it's back to the Guiseley goalkeeper, and referee stops play. Referee today, Ian Turner, to ensure that Guiseley do take a throw-in. But 0-0 if you're just joining us. 16 minutes gone. Nothing major to report as yet. And it's a pretty tense affair, isn't it, Tom?
Yeah, it is at the moment. As you probably expect with two teams, first and second, it's going to be a bit like this. But, the only major incident is probably the Danny Lowe yellow card early on in the game.
Don't forget, you can tweet us at Guiseley Radio if there's any issues, technically, or if you've got any comments on the game. No comments on the quality of the commentary. We can't do anything about that. But Guiseley are currently pressing, and then have just lost out here to Cowperthwaite. And are coming down this left-hand flank once again. Wilson goes to ground. Oh, and he's bought a free kick there. The referee has got that one wrong, and Wilson's won a free kick against Danny Ellis. And this is a chance now for Barrow to get the players forward. And you have to say it's a dangerous set piece again.
Yeah, we've seen early on what Dan Pilkington can do with his crosses, and it's going to be a free kick here, and I think guys are going to have to be wary because he's delivered some good balls so far.
Pilkington does deliver this one very well into the area. Good header from Danny Ellis. It had to be as well. Boys tries to complete the clearance on the edge of the D. Guys, eventually do get it away with Wayne Brooksby. Has a little run up to the halfway line. He's got two ahead of him in Ollie Johnson, Adam Boys, but Johnson's forced back, gives it to Jake Lawler. Barrow are very solid defensively, so guys who don't get the opportunity to go forward, and they give it back to Stephen Drench. Second goal for Colwyn Bay against Gloucester City, so it's now Colwyn Bay 2, Gloucester City 0, and North Ferriby have the lead against Lowestoft. Now, Gavin Rothery's picked up the ball on the left-hand side and he's been blocked, and there will be a free kick to Guiseley. And it was from nothing really. It was a good long ball forward, found Rothery. He put the ball over the defender and then was obstructed. And this is a chance for Guiseley to get the bodies forward.
Just a little shove there, I think it was, Colin, but they've got the free kick and it's a good position to take it from. I think it's Rothery who's going to take this one.
So Brooksby stands over the ball. The ball whipped in towards the back post. Danny Ellis is away from it. Tony McMillan, a man who plays football at Wigan and Preston North End, he claims the ball so well. And Guiseley have spent another set-piece opportunity to put some pressure on this Barrow defence. And now Barrow come forward themselves. Dan Pilkington collecting the ball from the chest of Wilson. Pilkington goes towards the byline. Good tackle comes in by Toulson. It bounces back off Pilkington, but actually the referee gives the corner anyway. And I think that was pretty clear. I think he's just missed the second deflection there, and now Guiseley have a corner again to defend. Another set piece to defend against this low sunlight and this powerful Barrow side. The ball whipped in towards the back post. Stephen Dredge fumbles, headed away by Killick. The ball still loose in the area. Nobody can get on the end of it. McWilliams on the edge of the area, drills it back in. Still finds its way through to a Barrow man. Cook is forced back by Danny Ellis. Cook onto the edge of the 18-yard box, gives it out wide here to Crowther. Crowther by the right-hand flank now, lays it back to the fullback Burns. Crowther cuts in field now, trying to get the cross in. He can't. It bounces off Burns and it's gone behind for a goal kick. But, well, Guiseley faced a corner that they shouldn't have faced, and then in the end, Stephen Drench was almost at fault of fumbling the ball in a critical area, and Barrow, unfortunately for us, couldn't capitalise on that occasion.
Yeah, it's another good corner from Dan Pilkington there, and very tricky for Stephen Drench. And it was fumbled around in the box, and eventually they got the ball back, and it's going to a goal kick now. But very dangerous there.
So Stephen Drench with the goal kick after 20 minutes in this match. The Lions and Barrow locked still at 0-0 here in the Vanarama Conference North. The match of the day, certainly first versus second. Guys, you do need to win this one. Darren Edmondson was saying so in the press midweek. He was really ramping up the pressure, saying that the pressure is all on Guiseley today to get the result. And it's a fair reflection. If we've got aspirations of winning the title, this is a game we need to be thinking is vital to keep us in touch with Barrow. And at the moment, no sign of either side breaking the deadlock in a major way, but Barrow probably had the better of the first 20 minutes in terms of half chances. Toulson now with the ball on the right-hand side, plays it forward. Aimless. And it's well cut out by Grand, but actually he's skied it high in the air, and guys, he can win back possession. Ryan Toulson inside the Barrow half, on the halfway line, gives it to Jake Lawler. It has to go back to Killick. Lawler on the halfway line again, threads it through to Boys. Boys into the feet of Ollie Johnson. Johnson's clipped, keeps on his feet. Advantage, says the referee. Johnson into the edge of the D, plays it ball out to the left-hand side. Then there's a ball that's just gone beyond the Guiseley attacking manoeuvre, which is Danny Lowe, who's trying to get on the end of it and out for a goal kick. But good work there from Ollie Johnson, and I just wonder whether he might have preferred the free kick than to have kept on running at that defence.
Yeah, it was a really good run. I thought he could have gone down there, but he decided to stay on his feet, and but in the end it's gone for a Barrow goal kick. So
goal kick taken by McMillan. Up in the air, headed away by Jake Lawler. Back into that centre circle, headed on by Danny Boschel. Back again for Jake Lawler, chests it down this time. Looks out to the right-hand side, plays a good ball into Ryan Toulson, who comes over the halfway line. Into Wayne Brooksby. Again, the shape and the options are limited. Because Barrow have held good shape, guys have had to go all the way back to Stephen Drench, and the home fans aren't too pleased with that.
Yeah, sometimes it looks like they've got 8 men at the back, Barrow. It's really hard to get through for Guiseley, and they really need to get the ball to Ollie Johnson so he can continue to create things.
Ball now in with Rothery, up towards Boys. Boys, like you say, still facing plenty of players ahead of him. Rothery with a little bit of trickery, 25 yards from goal. Dinks one over towards Boys, headed away. Back towards Jake Lawler. Lawler will tick it over by giving it to Danny Boschel. Boschel, again, holds on to it, just plays it into the feet of Ollie Johnson. Ollie Johnson sends it down the left-hand side. The ball into the area. Boys gets a snapshot of an opportunity. Good tackle comes in from Simon Grand. Guiseley have a corner, and that was perhaps the Lions' best move of the match so far.
Yeah, definitely the best move so far. You know, playing a good ball to Adam Boys, and here we go with a corner.
Corner comes in from the left-hand side as Guiseley attack the Barrow goal. They go short, play it into the feet of Gavin Rothery, who was stretching to get it, and it's a poor decision in the end because now there's a chance for a Barrow counter-attack, and Cook leads the line with pace as he comes forward. Will take a distance shot. It's blocked by Danny Lowe, who watched that well, and Guiseley will be thankful that Lowe was in the right place at the right time there, because they'd been masters of their own downfall potentially in that instance with a poor set piece that had almost gifted Barrow a counter-attacking opportunity.
Yeah, it was Rothery who was stretching for a ball there. Andy Cook picked it up, straight on the attack, had a shot, blocked well. Guys, they have possession back.
Brooksby on the ball. Into the feet of Boschel. Boschel looks ahead of him, plays it into Gavin Rothery. Brooksby into Adam Boys. Boys is dispossessed by two players. He wins the ball back though well, and then the referee gets in the way of Danny Boschel. But Boschel can keep the ball ticking over, gives it to Ollie Johnson. Into the feet of Gavin Rothery. Rothery back here to Jake Lawler. Lawler sprays a good ball out down the left-hand side to give it to Danny Lowe. Lowe back here to Danny Boschel. Boschel square now to Jake Lawler. Lawler looks ahead of him, gives it to Ollie Johnson. Ollie Johnson still 30 yards from goal, gets a drive away, blasts against the head of Grand, who goes to ground and then gets straight back up. A real tough combatant, Simon Grand. And his ball forward is in the direction of Cook. And eventually, guys, he managed to get the ball clear. Stephen Drench launching it into the Barrow half and then get a bit more of the ball. And it's a good one here. Adam Boys in a chase with Livesey. Danny Livesey did well. Adam Boys wasn't able to get the half yard on him. Livesey put the tackle in, and it's a Guiseley throw.
Yeah, good ball through to Adam Boys there. Nearly got on the end of that. Great tackle there by Livesey, though.
Guys, he's still with the ball. Ollie Johnson, a little back heel, gives it towards Gavin Rothery, and taken away from him by Alex Ray Harvey. Back to the goalkeeper, McMillan, who lofts it long, and it's picked up now by Barrow. And a beautiful ball over the top here, finds Anthony Wilson. Claims of a handball as he tried to control it. Couldn't say. Wilson still in the area. Good defending from Guiseley, force him back, and eventually Danny Boschel gets it clear up to the halfway line. But good work again from Grand, wins the ball back for Barrow as they come forward again down this left-hand side, and a battling tackle from Niall Cowperthwaite on Ryan Tulson gives Guiseley a free kick. And Ryan Tulson will take the free kick here, and there seems to be some complaint, but actually he's given Barrow a free kick. What is he doing?
I don't understand that, Colin.
What has he done there? He's got that completely wrong. Absolutely, incredibly, completely wrong. But the referee has made 2 or 3 decisions so far today that he's just simply got wrong, and that's another one.
Yeah, I thought it was an handball on
Pilkington with the cross in towards the penalty area, the header towards the goal, and eventually into the arms of Stephen Drench. But guys, you can rightly feel aggrieved actually that free kick came about in the first place. You know, we try to call it as it is. We try to say things as it is. And unfortunately, the referee today has just got 3 decisions very badly wrong in the early stages of this game.
Yeah, the yellow card, the handball, and then that free kick there, you know, all definitely wrong there.
And they could have been big calls, and they could still be within the case of the yellow card. Guiseley on the ball now with Danny Boschel. Out to the right flank here, where Ryan Tulson takes it. Thankfully, the sun has gone behind a cloud. Guiseley have the ball with Gavin Rothery. Good trickery on the edge of the area, but he can't play the ball into Boys without somebody in front of him to block. McWilliam, in that case, in that instance. Guiseley recover the second phase, though. Killick into the feet of Ollie Johnson. Good spin on the ball from Johnson. Into the feet of Boys, too hard at him. Boys tries to claim the ball back, but Barrow can continue and come forward and over the halfway line. Dan Pilkington surging forward again, playing very well this afternoon. Plays the ball into Andy McWilliams, who comes from left back again forward. Header away by Danny Ellis. There'll be a free kick for Guiseley. And you can hear what the reaction of the crowd think to that, because the referee has got so many wrong this afternoon. And I'm surprised again, and I'm going to say this, he's got this one wrong too. He's going to give Jamie Crowther a yellow card, and I don't think he needs to.
Yeah, I don't think it's a yellow card challenge there. But you're getting a sense, Colin, that this game is really starting to heat up a little bit now.
So 2 players on a yellow card, Jamie Crowther and Danny Lowe. Neither perhaps befitting of one. Guiseley have a free kick on the edge of their D. And it's still 0-0, and we've had 28 minutes in this not exactly pulsating game, rather nerve-wracking game for both these sides at the moment. Very tense affair. No real clear-cut chances for either teams to report, I would say. But Guiseley on the ball, hoping to change that now with Gavin Rothery. Rothery runs at this defence, plays it into Boys. Boys gets a shot from distance straight at the goalkeeper. The first time something's fallen for him within a shooting opportunity. He was only really a half chance. He got a snapshot on the edge of the D, straight at the goalkeeper though.
Yeah, it was Rothery there with the ball who got it into Boys, and he had a good effort, but it was straight at the keeper. He only had half a chance there, but it's a shot on goal.
A few goals going on in the Vanarama Conference North. We'll bring you them when we've got a chance. Ball forward now up towards Anthony Wilson, battling with Shane Killock. Referee, and the referee I cannot believe it. There's a linesman on the far side who couldn't possibly have had a clear sight of that, has given a free kick against Killock. And a free kick on the edge of the 18-yard box for Barrow. And Anthony Wilson has managed to get a free kick for Barrow in a very dangerous area. And Guiseley players are protesting. Mark Bauer is up on his haunches. There is a while this ball's recovered, but how frustrating is that, Tom?
Very frustrating. I mean, I don't know what the decision was for there at the end, but it's right on the edge of the area and it's really dangerous here, and a good opportunity for Barrow.
Yet another call, a marginal call in a dangerous area, and it's a wrong one, simply wrong. Free kick now for Barrow on the edge of the 18-yard box. Dan Pilkington stands over it, and we have 4-man wall. Barrow have Wilson, they've got Cook, and they have Crowther in the penalty area, all lurking on the edge of the 6-yard box. Surely it'll be a shot from Pilkington. He does, he drives it in, and it just goes beyond the upright and behind for a goal kick. A good drive there from Dan Pilkington. He's the younger brother of Anthony Pilkington. There's clearly family pedigree there, because that was a very good delivery, and he's having a very good afternoon here.
Yeah, he is. His crossing is excellent, and that free kick there from the edge of the area had a lot of pace on it, and could have troubled Drench there if it was on target. But in the end, they've got the goal kick.
Well, one man who should be relieved is the official, because the controversy of the decision will at least not result in a goal. No goals at the moment. And we've had 31 minutes gone. Stephen Drench will take the goal kick for Guiseley. Up towards the halfway line. Boys goes battling for it with Simon Grand. Grand wins it again on that occasion. To the feet of Gavin Rothery, and then laid back by McWilliams to the goalkeeper, McMillan, who slips as he clears. And the ball headed back by Gavin Rothery towards Adam Boys, but Boys was yards and yards offside, so couldn't go for it. It's back to McMillan. But we saw that on Tuesday night, didn't we, with the goalkeeper Tony Breeden. And the ball straight to Wayne Brooksby in that same penalty area.
Yeah, we did see that on Tuesday night, and it cost Solihull a goal, that did, and gave Guiseley the game in the end, the 3-0 victory.
Killock battling with Cook. Cook had to be careful there. He did seem to get his arm across Cook. Cook wins the header, and now the ball back in. Killock really battling here. Cook goes backs into the defender. Guiseley eventually force it away. Danny Lowe with a good header, sends it up towards Boys. The goalkeeper McMillan straight off his line, sweeps up very well actually, in fairness. But Boys was battling with the two centre halves to try and craft out an opportunity. Not to be on this occasion. At the moment, I have to say, I thought there'd be goals in this game. At the moment, I can see this being scoreless, a tense, scoreless affair at the moment.
Yeah, it's looking like a draw between the two teams so far. It's starting to heat up the last few minutes, but a very tight game.
Now a good ball from Jake Lawler. Finds Ryan Tilson on the right flank. Brooksby and Boys to aim for if he can find them. He can't. And Barrow clear their lines. They do well and get it up to the halfway line, where Wilson takes it down, spins, turns, plays it towards Pilkington. Danny Boschel. A top-class tackle from Danny Boschel there to take the ball away from Dan Pilkington. Just as it looked like the ball was lost, Boschel produced an excellent tackle to deny the Barrow midfield man. And Guiseley, again, just do enough to repel Barrow. Ball forward up towards the halfway line where Jake Lawler is pressurised, but does well to hold on to the ball and give it to Danny Boschel, and then into the feet now of Gavin Rothery. Rothery threads one through to Ollie Johnson. Nice little triangle play, gives it to Danny Lowe on the left-hand side. Lowe's cross into the area, misses everyone. Boys gets a snapshot away with it, doesn't make a clean connection, and it bobbles through to goalkeeper Tony McMillan. Looked for a second like it might fall to Ollie Johnson, but McMillan gratefully clutches the ball, and that was perhaps one of Guys' best chances of this game. And if only Boys had been able to connect properly with the ball there.
Yeah, if he could have got something on it, could have took the lead there. It was a decent opportunity there for him.
So, 34 minutes gone. 10 minutes to break. I tell you, pulsating. Not so much pulsating stuff, just nerve-wracking stuff, isn't it? First versus second. Vanarama Conference North. It's a bit early to be talking about key games in the season, I'm sure, but it feels like it this afternoon. It really feels like momentum and league places are very, very good. A big part of that are going to be settled today.
Yeah, it's a really big game, and I think Barrow know guys will need the victory more. So I think that's where they're sitting a little deeper and making it hard for guys to get anything going. So they'll be happier with the point, I think, Barrow.
Good defending from Killer, because Barrow played a ball forward. Ollie Johnson blocks down the clearance and concedes a throw for Barrow on the halfway line. They get bodies forward. A couple more goals. Chorley 1, Hyde 2. Chorley's counter-attacking and comeback might be on now. Colwyn Bay 2, Gloucester City 1, and it's now Hensford 1, Tamworth 2. So Hensford have been in great form. Barrow on the ball at the moment, and a great tackle on Anthony Wilson from Danny Lowe takes it away from him, but Barrow still get the ball. And Ollie Johnson, rather reckless challenge, gets the ball. Furious with the decision at the referee, but I have to say on that occasion, I think you can't really argue with the decision. Surely the referee doesn't need to get a yellow card out here, though. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely a free kick there. A hard chance by Johnson. I don't think he's getting a card out of the referee. It doesn't deserve one.
So free kick for Barrow. Midway through the Guiseley half, on the right-hand side, right by the touchline, the ball to be whipped in with 6 or 7 players to aim for. Whipped in towards the edge of the D, almost finds its way to Wilson. Wilson does get a ball and has a snapshot away, takes a wicked deflection, and as is the thing, deflection takes it into the back of the net. Hard on Guiseley, a sort of half chance there, and a wicked deflection from Anthony Wilson sees Barrow take the lead. It's Guiseley 0, Barrow 1.
Yeah, it's a free kick, comes in there, finds its way to Anthony Wilson, takes a deflection from the shot and somehow finds its way past Stephen Drench, and it's 1-0 Barrow.
Well, deeply disappointing that. The goal for the Bluebirds gives them a vital advantage in this first versus second encounter, and how pleased Darren Edmondson believed with this scoreline. Guiseley now have to muster a response to going a goal behind, thanks to, you can give it to Anthony Wilson, but I suspect it might even be an own goal given the wickedness of the deflection that took it past Stephen Drench in the first instance. Perhaps this will spark the goal to life, and surely Pilkington has to go in the book there. He's just thrown the ball out, and it's a silly thing to do. Dan Pilkington, as guys are about to get a throw and move, the referee Ian Turner on this case I don't think has a choice but to show the yellow card to Dan Pilkington there.
Yeah, he's got to give him the yellow card in. I think he has there. But I just feel with Barrow scoring there that now they're going to sit back even further, and it's going to be a lot harder for Guiseley now.
The thing is that when Guiseley come forward, Barrow have been so good on the counter-attack as well. You know, now we've got that goal, you can sort of see this becoming a little bit more expansive, this game, opening up a little bit more. Wayne Brooksby trying to control the ball. Tackled by McWilliams, taken away by Cook. Ball towards Wilson was well cut out by Danny Ellis, and it had to be. Guiseley recover possession though. Danny Boschel into Ollie Johnson on that left-hand side. Right in front of him is a defender, and he can't get any headway. In the end, he's played it out for a Barrow throw. And I have to say, actually, Barrow, you know, although the goal was very hard on Guiseley, they've had the slight edge on this first 38 minutes of this game. When they've gone forward, you felt that there's more of a goal threat than there is from Guiseley at the moment.
Yeah, that's true, Colin. They have just edged it, I'd say. The goal, is really unlucky on Guiseley, but let's see if it changes the game and how Guiseley attack.
Now Gavin Rothery's got the ball, 30 yards from goal, has a run at it, takes a shot. Well held by Tony McMillan. It was straight at him, he had to watch it. Swerved a little bit in the air, but McMillan was in the right place just to pluck that out of the sky.
Good strike there by Rothery, he's 25 yards out, I'd say, and it's good catch though by McMillan in the end.
Clearance goes all the way to Cook, who manages to get ahead on it, high in the air, and Stephen Drench takes it down. He clears, and McWilliams is there to get the head to the ball, and now chance for Guiseley just to rob Barrow and move forward with the ball. Toulson infield to Danny Boschel. Toulson now, he's got 3 to aim for, opts to go left to Danny Lowe, who chests down well. What options have Guiseley got to get beyond this Barrow back line? They go high and into the feet of Boys. Boys gives it, and it's a firm drive from Brooksby from distance. A good little touchdown from Adam Boys, and Brooksby with the drive, but he couldn't keep it down, and it's gone behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, Boys brought it down well there. Brooksby just thought, I'm gonna hit this, and it was a lot of pace on it, but it just goes over the bar, and here we are with the goal kick.
Well, that was just a half chance really for Guiseley, but one that we would take if we could just get that breakthrough in this game, get back on level terms. Barrow lead by 1-0 here. Guiseley haven't lost at home since August. But this could be about to be undone because Wilson's coming forward again, gives it to Pilkington. Pilkington gets a good ball into the area. It's all over the place, nobody can get it, and it's a second own goal. Danny Lowe and goalkeeper Stephen Drench got in a pickle. Guiseley couldn't clear their lines, and a gift for Barrow. And it's now Guiseley 0, Barrow 2.
Very dangerous attack, like you said there, Colin. Pilkington whips one in again. A bit of a fumble in the box, and I think it comes off Danny Lowe and finds its way into the net.
Well, you have to say now, it's hard to see how Guiseley can get back into this game. They have been 2 gifts, those goals. Arguably 2 own goals, but 2-0 down, and Barrow are cruising at the moment, and it's going to be a long 45. What can Guiseley do to change their fortunes in this game?
Well, they're going to have to take a few more chances, Colin, I think. I think having a few shots when they see the opportunity. But Barrow have looked so dangerous going forward today.
They've not really had a clear-cut chance. They've had 2 half chances and they've gone in, haven't they? Ollie Johnson now leads the line, gets a surging run down there. Good tackle in on him. Corner to Guiseley. They need an immediate response to going 2 goals behind here, and they're trying to drive one forward. Ollie Johnson leading with the drive down that left-hand side. Now Guiseley with the corner on the left-hand side as they attack this Barrow goal. Brooksby whips it in into the 6-yard box. Nobody on the end of it, and it's headed away. And Barrow clear once again, and it's gone out for another throw-in. And we wait for the ball to be returned as Guiseley look to start another attack. A couple of other goals from Vanarama Conference North. Staleybridge 0, Oxford City 1, Solihull 1, Gainsborough Trinity 0. Now Guiseley on the ball here with Ollie Johnson, 30 yards from goal. Ollie Johnson, there's a Guiseley man down at the moment. I think it might be, I'm not quite sure who it is. The ball's gone across here for Danny Lowe. He's got into the area. The ball drilled across the face of the 6-yard box. Cut out and it's away. It's Wayne Brooksby, is it?
Yeah, I think it's Brooksby who's down, Colin. I don't know. The referee's coming to check on him here.
Yeah, it was something off the ball. Brooksby's getting to his feet anyway. Lowestoft 0, North Ferriby 2. Hensford 1, Tamworth 2 still. Obviously, it's 2-0 here. Galway Bay 3, Gloucester City 1. And it's 2-2 between Chorley and Hyde. So definitely the real match of the day there. This one's petering out. I'm not interested in this one anymore. 2-0 to Barrow if you're just joining us. 2 what we think are own goals. 1 possibly for Anthony Wilson. The second one a clear-cut own goal from Danny Lowe. His second actually in 2 successive Saturdays. Scored one on last week against Gloucester. The ball in from Gavin Rothery is blocked as Guiseley look to press. And now Wilson tries to run down Danny Ellis. Stephen Drench has to come way out of his line and clear the ball into the cricket field beyond.
Yeah. Although Barrow have not had any clear-cut chances, Colin. I think they've just looked more dangerous when they go forward. You know, with Pilkington and Cook there, both the goals could have been dealt with, but they've just looked a bit dangerous going forward.
Throw in comes in from Barrow. They flick it on well. It's into the penalty area. Pilkington's lurking. Wilson goes down. Referee tells him to get up, but Pilkington gets a shot. 3-0 Barrow. Dan Pilkington. That time, no questions can be asked of that. A cool finish into the bottom left-hand corner. And Guiseley have fallen apart in this first 45. It's Guiseley 0, Barrow 3.
Yeah, 3-0 now, Killen. It's a great finish there by Pilkington, who's had a very good game today, and no questions about that one.
Well, you have to say the defending has not been of the order we've been used to this season. In that instance, Wilson tried to get the penalty. In fairness, the referee waved away the appeals, but Guiseley just weren't alive to the second ball. Pilkington picked it up, and it was a very good finish from Dan Pilkington into the bottom left-hand corner. Danny Boschel, Ollie Johnson are still protesting that something else happened off the ball. The referee in Turner, with some of the decisions this afternoon, perhaps hasn't helped himself. I can't say I saw anything controversial in the build-up, though, to that third goal here. But Guiseley still feel very unhappy about something. But at the moment, we're being pulled apart by this Barrow team. Not in terms of the overall football, but in terms of just the ability to take chances and half chances, and the good fortune that has come their way with the own goals as well.
Yeah, they have had a bit of fortune with the first 2 goals. Obviously, that was a great finish by Pilkington, but you know, in terms of, like you said, the football, it's been pretty even. But you know, they've took a chance, and at 2-0 down, you think they've got a chance in the second half. But 3-0 now, the game might be beyond Guiseley.
The touch from Dan Pilkington gives Guiseley a throw. I mean, the only hope we could get is that we managed to get one back before half-time. I think 3-0 at half-time, and this is a game, set and match to Barrow. As it is, it's pretty much that way. Gavin Rothery drives one forward, gets a shot away, straight at Tony McMillan. There's one from distance, from the edge of the D, straight at the goalkeeper. And McMillan comfortably clutches that one. As we approach the 45, just whatever the referee decides to add on for stoppages, with Guiseley trailing by 3-0 here at home to Barrow. And they could make it worse because Wilson fumbles forward. The ball falls kindly for Alex Ray Harvey, but his finish is very poor, and it's gone behind for a goal kick. And in fact, we need a new ball because it's gone that far out of the ground. But yeah, it's hard to take this in this first 45, I have to say. And if it was ever going to send a message, it sends a message out from Barrow, doesn't it?
It really does send a message. I mean, they've not been the greater team in a lot of ways. They've just edged the game, but they've took the chances they've had, and a bit fortunate in a couple of the goals. But it sends a message to the rest of the team that they are top of the league.
Well, the referee calls time on that first period, and it's been a very, very disappointing first 45. The Lions will have to have a long, hard look at themselves at the break to look at that back line, look at the defence, and look what they can be doing to craft out better chances. This is a Barrow side that, you know, we were more than even with for long spells against in the return fixture earlier on this month. So Guiseley can do better, much better than this, and at the break they are being pulled apart. 3-0 down at half-time. Tom, your thoughts on that first 45?
Yeah, you know, disappointed with that. They got lucky with the first 2 goals. You know, they could have been dealt with better by the guys of defence, and you know, Andy Pilkington, Dan Pilkington, sorry, he's had a fantastic game. You know, a good finish, getting some good balls in there for Barrow. But you know, I think the score isn't justified. You know, the game's been pretty tight in a lot of ways, and you know, Barrow are showing that they are top of the league. But Guiseley now have got a long uphill challenge ahead of them in the second half.
Well, can they do it? I mean, 3 goals. It's a big stretch in any game. In any game, if you were caught 3-0 against a lesser team, but against Barrow, I can't imagine us getting 3 back in this game.
No, at 2-0, you know, you think there's a chance, but 3-0 to the top of the league, Barrow, it really is a tricky one. Hopefully, they can get an early goal, and we'll see what they can do.
Well, that's a huge ask. Guys, you have an awful job to do in this second half. Let's just go through the scores before we just go off for a break. First of all, a couple of local sides. England in the Championship. It's
remain positive when there's not in the line for it. You know, no line about and said it just sums it up. Yeah. You're doing the Bauer interview after Colin, or? Long one tonight. Oh dear. Oh boy, it'll be a long one. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, solid. We tackled them. Oh yeah. Wow. That was horrible. It was everything. Worse. Referee's calling. Gives 3 or 4 dodgy decisions. That's a very first challenge. First challenge, 2 of their players, the same sort of challenge. There's nothing, the lines and the flags, you couldn't even see. Why he's giving that free? He's usually there. Corner, clearly bounced from far better. Give a corner anyway. And that's strong on that. It wasn't a yellow card that early on. Why not? That's all. Just about the game, the other two. It's just not good enough. It feels like they've thrown this game away.
Welcome back here to Nethermoor. We're afraid we lost power just at half-time as one of our usual tricks. We seem to have a fairly frequent cutout, and unfortunately cut out just as we were sort of fuming about the first 45 minutes. If you haven't been following it, Guiseley losing 3-0 at the break against Barrow. Not being completely outplayed by any stretch of the imagination, but 3 very disappointing goals to concede, I think, is the summary of that first 45 for me, Tom.
Yeah, very disappointing goals. The first 2 especially, you know, they could have been stopped there, but they could have been defended better. And you know, guys have got to do a lot to get back into this. It's going to be hard.
Yeah, going to be hard is an understatement, isn't it? It would require a second half turnaround of unimaginable proportions, really, for me. I mean, I can't imagine that we'd manage to get 3 to 4 goals against this quality side, who have been so solid defensively. And, you know, all credit to Barrow. They have been a very formidable team this afternoon, defensively very sound, and attacking-wise, they have capitalised when we have given them the opportunity.
They've done what they needed to do. They've, like I said, solid at the back. They've made it hard for Guiseley get going forward. And when they've had the opportunities, they've took them. So it's going to be hard here today.
It's a disappointment amongst us, but you know, you never know. We get back underway anyway with Barrow now shooting from left to right as we watch it, battling to try and threaten this Guiseley goal once again. Andy McWilliams up from left back with the ball. Looks for options to throw it into, cuts it infield. Tackle from Jake Lawler comes in, but Guiseley can't get the second phase. Now Danny Boschel does it, sends the ball up towards Adam Boys. Boys does a little flick on, but that'll be easy for the completion to be the clearance, from Danny Livesey. Sends it down, and Guiseley get a throw, but deep inside their own half. Danny Livesey actually made the Bolton Wanderers first team at 17 years old, and number 5, the centre half there. Some real pedigree amongst these Barrow players, this Barrow team. And we mustn't lose sight of that, but guys will be bitterly disappointed to find themselves 3 goals down at the break, and need to do something in the second half just to restore some spirit and confidence into this side. Low now into the feet of Gavin Rothery. Killick sends it forward, but Barrow head it out with Harvey conceding a throw for Guiseley, and referee sends him back 2 yards, and it's ridiculous, really. It was not much of a distance to send him back to, but decides on that occasion that's important. Now Danny Boschel gets the ball, sends it forward up towards Danny Lowe, who's made a good run from left back. Now Lowe onto the edge of the 18-yard box. Can he get the cross away? It's tackled by Burns, but Guiseley do win the corner.
Yeah, good ball there from Danny Boschel on the left-hand side to find Danny Lowe. Guys have got the corner in the end, and let's hope they can get something from this.
3-0 to Barrow on Guiseley AFC radio. Guiseley have a corner though. And Brooksby opts to take it short, much to the groans around the ground. Gets the ball back from Boschel though. He's carved out a good opportunity here to curl the ball in. It's blocked. Back out here with Danny Boschel now. Can he get the cross in from the left-hand side? He does. Ollie Johnson with a dinking little shot with the ball behind the goal. In the end, he knocks it over. And it was a well-crafted effort from Johnson, but never really threatening that Barrow goal.
Yeah, he improvised a little there. Danny Boschel got a good ball back into him. Ollie Johnson improvises a little chip, and it goes just over the bar. And a good little start there from Guiseley this half.
Well, Guiseley trailing 3-0. And you can always let us know if there's any feedback on the game from you from Twitter. We have a handle which is @Guiseley Radio. Tell you what you could do. You could send us a few jokes. That might cheer us up. Pretty despondent up here in the second half at the moment. 3-0 down. It is only a game. That one never washes with me.
Yeah, keep telling yourself that, Colin.
I know. Barrow have the ball now. Burns, a long one forward. The ball falls loose for Cook. Referee actually stops playing, gives a free kick against Wilson for the way he challenged for the ball with Danny Ellis. And so Guiseley will have a free kick right on the edge of the D. 3-0 to Barrow. If you are just joining us, it's going to be a tough 45 for Lions. All 3 goals coming in that first half. 2 of them pretty much the own goals. And a good strike from Dan Pilkington is the other. To be fair, it was a snapshot from Anthony Wilson for the second that we think took a deflection. Well, we know took a deflection and went in, so we think it should be put down as an own goal. But the first definitely one. The second one was definitely one. That was Danny Lowe in a mix-up with Stephen Drench. Barrow pressing forward now at the moment, looking for options to get the ball into the area. Cook with a turn on the edge of the D. Can't get the ball away. Guys, he still can't clear their lines. And Cook gives the ball back here to Burns. Burns under pressure from Ollie Johnson. Johnson gets the challenge in on him. Guisey now under pressure again from this Barrow side. Crowther's ball into the area though. Not the quality he'll have been hoping for, and straight back to Stephen Drench.
Yeah, Barrow here. They can make it half a Guisey now, keeping possession, getting more men back, sitting back. Free kick here.
Yes, Guisey just get a free kick. Wayne Brooksby's been pushed in the back by Andy McWilliams, and he takes the free kick short. Not sure what purpose that was. Guisey just passed the ball around now, looking to get the ball forward, but I wouldn't have minded a bit more directness than that free kick in that set piece. Lawler now finds it through to Ollie Johnson, who sends it towards Adam Boys. Tackle comes in, bounces back off Boys. It will be a goal kick for Barrow.
Yeah, Barrow with a 3-0 lead at the moment. They, in the first half there wasn't much between the two teams. Like we keep saying, it was tight. They just got the chances. They just took the chances, and Guiseley find themselves really, really fighting to get back into this, and it's going to be very tough. Hopefully they can get a goal soon.
Huddersfield 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0 in the Championship. We were bringing these scores just before we went off air, and I'll walk you through some of the local teams and Vanarama Conference North in a moment. Wayne Brooksby just puts a very firm tackle in on Cowperthwaite, and referee allows that one to go. To be honest, for my money, that was a free kick. Barrow win the ball back anyway, give it to Jake Lawler, who sends it forward for Boys, but again, Danny Livesey is there, and again Barrow hold on to the ball and send it all the way back to the goalkeeper. Macmillan lofts it long into the Guisey half. The Lions battle to try and win the ball back under pressure from Wilson, and Killock with a rather loose pass gives Jake Lawler a lot to do, but he does it, and Guisey tidy things up. But again, Barrow pressing. When Guisey are on the ball, there is no time, no space to pass the ball around at all. And this is again part of the way that the Lions are being undone at the moment. Barrow win the ball back on the halfway line, nod it forward. Danny Ellis up against Anthony Wilson. Guisey win the throw this time. And
Barrow's pressing play has really caused Guisey problems, and trying to find space to get something going.
And Jake Lawler played the ball forward towards Danny Lowe, but cut out this time, and it's going to be something pretty special to get behind this Barrow back line. Header away from Killock. Barrow's 3-goal lead really has taken the sting out of this game as well. Now Jake Lawler into the feet of Gavin Rothery. Ollie Johnson now spins on the ball, has a run forward. He's hit the ball, and it's a good tackle that can come in on him. And then Brooksby goes down under the challenge of Simon Grand, the captain. And Guisey win a free kick. 25 yards from goal, and Brooksby's complaining to the referee. Perhaps about the frequency of his... the frequency of the times he's been fouled, but I think there was too much in that one. Guisey do have the free kick. They're taking it short. Brooksby collects, gives it back to Boys, back to Boschel, into the feet of Ollie Johnson. Ollie Johnson now back here to Gavin Rothery, and now finds Wayne Brooksby clear on the edge of the 18-yard box. His shot is blocked, bounces kindly for the goalkeeper, and that half chance passes really, and there's no more than that. And the goalkeeper, Macmillan, claims the ball comfortably.
Yeah, just a half chance, Colin. Brooksby had a lot of space there. It was, the goal was clear, and he looked to have a strike, but you know, the defender got back in time to get something on it and take the sting out of the ball.
Ball into the area from Barrow as they attack this Guiseley defence once again. The cross once again good. And it's picked up again by Andrew Burns. Burns chips one over, up towards the edge of the 18-yard box. Killock wins the header from Crowther. Guiseley still can't clear their lines. Cowperthwaite gets it into Crowther. Crowther on the edge of the 18-yard box. Can't control. Guiseley clear. Up towards Ollie Johnson. Into Danny Boschel. Ollie Johnson gets the ball immediately back. Runs with it. Just has a run at this Barrow defence. Plays it out here to Gavin Rothery. Guiseley need to get a goal back in this game. Ollie Johnson now trying to lead that line. Gets down to the byline. Crosses it over to the back post. Wayne Brooksby puts the ball in the back of the net. Guiseley have a lifeline. And after 55 minutes, it's now Guiseley 1, Barrow 3.
Yeah, great ball in there by Ollie Johnson. It finds Brooksby, who finishes really well there. That's 3-1, like you said, a lifeline for Guiseley.
Well, could it be important in this game? You would have to say it's unlikely even at this stage, Joe, but Guiseley have got a goal back, and it was a well-crafted move and a very cool finish there from Brooksby. He's going to be delighted when he sees that one back, but if not over the course of the game, things haven't really gone Guiseley's way. Barrow now concede a free kick inside Guiseley's half. Anthony Wilson jumping into Danny Ellis and just getting spoken to by the referee.
Well, Brooksby's goals liven me up a little bit, Colin, now.
Well, let's hope so. There's another flash, goal flash. Hensford 2, Tamworth 2. So Hensford, who were trailing against Tamworth earlier on, have now brought that game back to parity. It'd be amazing if Guiseley could do the same. 3-1 down. The ball in towards the edge of the 18-yard box. The Lions pick it up, though. Once again, Danny Boschel just slips at the crucial time, though. And now Niall Cowperthwaite can come forward, plays the ball out to the right-hand flank. Great work from Danny Lowe to try and win the ball back from Cook, and he does so well. And really have to credit Danny Lowe there with an excellent piece of defending, because Cook looks favourite to get to that ball. Lowe, with a burst of pace, takes the ball away from him. Now, the ball in midfield with Guiseley trying to win possession back here. Ryan Toulson. Just a little bit more belief about the Lions since they've got that foothold back in this game. 3-1 down still. Gavin Rothery, Jake Lawler, Danny Lowe chases down the left-hand side. He's up against Harvey, Alex Ray Harvey and Lowe up by the corner flag. Lowe gets the ball into the feet of Gavin Rothery. Now to Danny Boschel. Boschel plays it in towards the edge of the D, and over-elaboration from Ollie Johnson. And Guiseley lose out, but Johnson shows great determination to win this one back. A great shot, and it's tipped over by the goalkeeper Macmillan. Great spirit from Guiseley into the second half, and having got themselves a goal back, Ollie Johnson almost getting a second. A good save from Tony Macmillan to deny him.
Yeah, very well done there, Ollie Johnson. He looked like he lost the ball, but he won it back. Here's a corner.
Corner comes in, up towards the end of the 6-yard box. Lawler leaps, but he can't keep the header down, and it's over the bar and behind for a goal kick. And the home fans respond as Guiseley show their fight and their determination to get back into this game.
Yeah, I don't know what Mark Bauer said at half-time, but it looks to have worked so far. They're looking really lively now, Guiseley. Hopefully they can continue this.
I think we might need a new tea set after that first half performance. Guiseley still trailing, but it's 3-1, not 3-0. And Wayne Brooksby has scored the goal that gives a vague foothold, and there's a good response from the crowd here as they try to urge the team onward now. Forward by Danny Lowe. Old-fashioned rattle in the crowd, which is also good from Barrow. Now Brooksby comes down the right-hand side. He's got Toulson on the overlap if he can play him in. Toulson still on the ball. Gets across into the area. It'll be cut out by Grand. It's cleared finally as well by Alex Ray Harvey. Ball back with Guiseley though. Danny Boschel. Good spell this for the Lions. Boschel now with the options infield of Wayne Brooksby. Brooksby square to Lawler. Lawler towards Boys on the edge of the area. Not had a chance to get into this game at all, Adam Boys. And now the cross from the right-hand side into the area, headed away by Danny Livesey. Taken down by Boschel again into Ollie Johnson. Ollie Johnson skips past Grand, goes down towards the byline, gets the cross, it hits the crossbar. A cross-come shot that hits the crossbar and goes out onto the other side for a Barrow throw, but again another pivotal moment in this game, and had that gone in, well, this could be quite a different game.
Great skill by Ollie Johnson there, gets a shot away, hits the crossbar. They're doing really well at the moment, guys. A great spell for them.
So Barrow for the first time in this game, really on the back foot. Guiseley leading the second half by a goal to nil, losing this game 3-1 though in overall. That's a way of looking at it positively. Now Danny Ellis on the ball. Square here to Danny Boschel. Boschel inside the centre circle. Sprays the ball out to the left-hand side because Danny Lowe's gone for it. Good header from Lowe. Cuts it infield. Can't find Gavin Rothery. Killock beats his man to the ball. Wilson keeps coming forward as well. Gives it to Rothery. Rothery sprays it to the right-hand side. Tilson's out there if Boschel can play him in. Tilson keeps it forward. Gets it towards Wayne Brooksby on the right flank. Brooksby on the edge of the area. Tackled by the defender, and it's gone out for a Guiseley throw. It's a throw just up from the corner flag. Taken quickly. Urgency from the Lions now. The ball back here to Tilson. Tilson gets it into the area. Takes a deflection off Cowperthwaite. To be honest, I don't think you could really have claimed the handball. There was a half shout for it, but you would have felt it extremely harsh had that been given as a penalty. Guys, you have a throw though. Referee's now just having a word with Wayne Brooksby, who said something, and he needs to keep his head because Wayne Brooksby's going to go into the book now for dissent, and that's not what we want at this moment in the game.
Yeah, it breaks up the play a little bit as well for Barrow. I mean, they're really under the cosh at the moment, and this little break might be good for them.
So guys are with a throw, take it in field. Brooksby takes it back, gives it back to Danny Boschel. Boschel goes all the way back to Danny Ellis. Ellis will loft this one forward into the penalty area. It's only Danny Lowe there. McMillan plucks that one out of the sky and comfortably calms things down for Barrow. And the Lions, who were 3-0 down at half-time, have got one goal back, and it's 3-1 as we head into the final half hour of this game. Who knows? You never know. A second would keep that momentum going for Guiseley, but at the moment they are on the front foot. They have got a huge task to do if they are going to get something out of this, but they're certainly setting about that task now. Gavin Rothery surging forward again, having a little run, plays it into Ollie Johnson. Good ball from Ollie Johnson. Danny Lowe has a bit of a stretch to try and keep it in. Ollie Johnson was surrounded by players but managed to find an angle to almost thread Danny Lowe through. Holds his hand up in apology, but Guiseley again showing some promise as they go forward.
Yeah.
Goals from the Vanarama Conference North. Solihull leading now Gainsborough Trinity by 2-0, and Leamington lead Boston by a 1-0. So another disappointing result scoreline for Boston United, who don't seem to have been holding some of their early season promise. Of course, one of the teams that beat Barrow earlier on this year on the opening day. Now Boys just taking the ball down well inside the area, just behind Ollie Johnson. Oh, if he could just have found Ollie Johnson, guys, he would have been clear through on goal again. Good control from Adam Boys. Unfortunate that the deft little pass towards Ollie Johnson was just behind him. The Lions have a throw anyway on the right-hand side. Boschel into the feet of Danny Lowe. Lowe towards Gavin Rothery. Rothery with players around him. Skips the ball through them. And then good work from Pilkington to take the ball away. Anyway, there's a flag up there on the far side from the referee. And he manages to hold play up because there's an offside decision against Guiseley. Again, a bit confusing to be honest, but never mind.
Yeah, Guiseley's tempo in the second half has been absolutely amazing. You know, hopefully they can keep it up. They've fought well. They've come out fighting, and that's all you can ask of them.
You do feel they need, if there is to be any chance of the comeback, they do need that second goal sooner rather than later. This tempo is excellent, but Ollie Johnson won't last the 90 minutes typically, will he? So that's one question we'll have to answer. But Alex Johnson is on the bench, of course. Now Jake Lawler, super crossfield ball out to the right-hand side for Ryan Tilson. Takes it down well, gives it to Danny Boschel. Boschel chips it forward. Ryan Tilson's continued his run. Can he keep it in? He can. Gets it into the six-yard box. Held by the goalkeeper. Great work from Ryan Tilson, but in trying to keep it in field, he's clattered into the fencing beyond, and there's going to be a little bit of attention to him. And hopefully that's not a serious knock he's got. And he's back up on his feet happily, and hopefully he'll be okay. Referee quite rightly stopping play immediately in Turner there to give Martin Stringfellow the opportunity to come and see to him, but Tilson's up on his feet and running fine. And breathe.
Yeah, a lot happened there, Colin. Tilson is fine, is back in his position. We're just waiting. What's happening here? A bit of time wasting. What's happening?
Well, the referee is stopping while McMillan who had the ball in his hands when he stopped the play, quite rightly says, how are we restarting this, ref? Because you held things up because of the chance to give Ryan Tilson some attention. So the referee's not had his best moment there. McMillan eventually gets to claim the ball. But guys who were booing him, thinking he was wasting his time, but he was quite rightly just asking how to restart this. There's always something new when you watch Guiseley, isn't there, Tom?
Yeah, that's right, Colin, there is. It's this referee's made a few decisions, especially in the first half, that might have cost Guiseley a couple of decisions there that have not gone the Lions' way.
Free kick to Guiseley, an offside decision against Barrow. Stephen Drench takes it, lofted long, good header from Livesey, up to Alex Ray Harvey. He's got options in Anthony Wilson, who spurts and charges down that left-hand flank, takes the ball away from Ryan Tilson, no mean feat, cuts infield, gets a shot away straight at Stephen Drench, who holds the ball very well, and then immediately looks forward, looks to try and release Adam Boys, but that one's too well watched by Burns to count. Danny Lowe intercepts though for Guiseley, gives it to Gavin Rothery. Rothery on the left-hand flank at the moment, running towards the Barrow goal, goes back in the end to Boschel. Boschel threads one through towards Adam Boys. Boys does well to get between the two defenders, and then the end, stretching for the ball, concedes a free kick. And the referee will have a word with Boys. I know he did one similar to that in the first half, but Burns will milk that for what it's worth and probably just take a time or two just to take the sting out of the game at the moment, which Guiseley have certainly responded to that 3-0 scoreline, trailing by 3-0 at the break well in the second period, and really trying to make this into a contest in the second half.
Yeah, like you said, Colin, hopefully the sting hasn't gone out of the game, because Guiseley have really pushed Barrow in this second half.
66 minutes gone in this game. Guiseley trail 3-1 to Barrow. Now they come down the left-hand flank here with Ollie Johnson. Johnson has a run towards the penalty area. Looks like it's going to be a Guiseley sub soon. Johnson gets the cross up towards the back post, up towards Wayne Brooksby is. Brooksby claims the ball, but is going away from goal now. Sends it back to Ryan Tilson. Tilson sends it forward to Danny Boschel, who's on the right flank. Cuts infield now and gives it to Gavin Rothery. Exchanges passes with him, and then gives the ball back to Wayne Brooksby. Brooksby runs at this Barrow play, gets it into the area. His cross headed away. Wins a second header, gives it to Adam Boys on the edge of the area. Boys into the feet of Brooksby again. Rothery rather. Rothery goes down towards the touchline. He's pulled back clearly, and the referee has just given the goal kick. And Rothery looks at the linesman. How did you not see that? But it looked fairly obvious from here.
Yeah, it did, Colin. I thought that was it was definitely held back there, Rothery, and I thought that when the linesman put his flag up, he was giving the free kick, but obviously it was just for the goal kick.
I have a feeling he might have been in the penalty area when that happened. And I think that might just have influenced the thoughts of the officials there. Still 3-1 to Barrow. Guiseley put a better account of themselves in the second period than the first, though. Still, Barrow pose a great threat, of course, going forward. Cook plays it towards Wilson. Wilson's on the left-hand flank now. He's up against Tilson, goes towards the byline. Wilson gets past him, skips into the area, gives it to Harvey, and he couldn't control, and Guiseley managed to get the ball away now with Danny Boschel. Can we counter-attack with some incision here? Gavin Rothery over the halfway line, down the left-hand flank. He's only got Adam Boys ahead of him, so he's running into a dead end at the moment. Does well to hold on to it, waits for support to come. Gives it back here to Danny Lowe. Boschel. Boschel looks for options. He's got few, but he plays it in towards Brooksby. And then a good layoff from Boys towards Brooksby. Brooksby has fouled. Guiseley have a free kick on the edge of the area. Brooksby's livid again. That's another foul from Livesey. But Brooksby needs to just calm down. He's responding. Danny Lowe's been spoken to. He's being asked by the referee just to calm Wayne Brooksby down. But there will be a yellow card this time against Danny Livesey, who is called over for that foul. And the yellow card is shown. And Guiseley have a free kick in a very dangerous area this time.
Yeah, a really good chance here for Guiseley. It's Brooksby who's stepping over it. Some good build-up play that to get to this, to lead to the free kick, and in the end, it's a yellow card for Livesey. And he's made a few challenges today that I think the referee had to give him that card there.
Dangerous position this. Can Brooksby deliver? 2 yards out from the edge of the 18-yard box on the left-hand side of the D. Brooksby drives it in, it takes a deflection, and Guiseley have got a second. And it's now Guiseley 2, Barrow 3, and they have more than just a foothold back in this game now.
Guiseley deserve this. They've been excellent in this second half. Brooksby delivers a free kick, takes a deflection, goes past the goalkeeper, and it's 3-2 now.
Well, would you believe it? Guiseley right back into this game. Guiseley 2, Barrow 3, and now perhaps that might wake up Barrow into the second period, which we hope not, because this is turning out to be a classic at the moment. Guiseley, who were 3-0 down at the break and look done and dusted in this match. Now, what's happening here at the moment? Well, they've managed to get 2 goals back, and it's now Guiseley who have got the momentum and possibly could push on and get the third. That would be some story. Referee's just been a bit pernickety with Ryan Tulson, isn't he, in that throw at that moment.
We wouldn't have dreamed this at half-time, Colin.
No, we didn't. You're right, absolutely not. But now Barrow come forward again. Guiseley get the ball away. Good ball from Danny Boschel. Gives it to Gavin Rothery over the halfway line. 2 players ahead of him. Gavin Rothery keeps going. Rothery threads it through towards Ollie Johnson. Johnson's beaten to it. Danny Lowe takes it into the penalty area. Plays it across. Blocks in the edge of the 6-yard box. Out for a corner. Guiseley continue to turn the screw.
The atmosphere is fantastic here. Guys over corner.
Corner on the left-hand side now. Wayne Brooksby comes across to take the crowd enjoying the performance from the Lions in this second period. Boschel comes short, but will Brooksby take it? Sends it up to the back post. Danny Ellis is the target man, gets it down, but it's too short of the goal to threaten really, and goes behind for a goal kick.
I don't know where the Lions are getting the energy from here now.
Well, I thought there was a decision to make a substitution just a few moments ago, but the board's now back down. I just wonder whether Alex Johnson might be left off the field until such time as OJ perhaps runs out of steam, but I feel that Guiseley could do something spectacular here and get back into this game. Oh, Stephen Drench under firm challenge from Wilson. Has taken a knock, and Danny Ellis has also gone down. They both were chasing the ball, and Jake Lawler and Shane Killock complain that Wilson was a little too enthusiastic, but Stephen Drench saved bravely at his feet and is now hobbling a little bit. Hopefully he's okay, because that's the last we want. And the referee's now calling someone over and is going to give another yellow card. There was a complaint there because I'm not sure who's going in the book here. And it was a complaint because of the original challenge. Guys, you have the free kick. And Danny Lowe's spoken to someone. Did you see a yellow card produced? Was that for Danny Boschel?
I don't know what actually happened there, Colin. I think he's having a word with Lowe at the moment, but I don't know if he produced the card.
He didn't seem to produce the card, but he did almost infer that he had booked someone. So I'm afraid it's a little ambiguous as to what's happened here. But after all of that, we're still none the wiser. Guiseley are still 3-2 behind. They're still trailing in this game, but they were 3-0 down in the first half, and this has been a spirited second half performance. Shane Killock plays the ball up, and it's out for a Barrow throw-in from right back.
Watch where he's taking it from this time.
Referee just watching his clock to see that not too much time is wasted. Shane Killock gets the header from the throw. Now Barrow just enjoying a spell of slowing this game down, slowing things down. And Andrew Burns will no doubt take his time with this throw on the halfway line, steals a few yards, gets it forward, flicked on by Cook, picked up now by Killock. They recognise that the momentum's been with Guiseley and that they need to change that. Barrow with a good header from the back, get it onto the halfway line, flicked forward by Pilkington, who scored the third goal. Good work from Jake Lawler, wins the ball back. Danny Lowe finds Gavin Rothery. Little bit of space to run into. Home crowd behind the Lions all the way here. Ball out to the left-hand slide, and then there's an offside decision against Ollie Johnson. So frustrating either for him to get offside or for the pass to have been delivered at the right time. He's furious with Rothery for just delaying the pass, it seems, in his reaction. Just goes to show the passion and determination of this crowd at this side at the moment.
Yeah, there's so much determination to get back into this. They've done really well to get back to 3-2, and you know, they really deserved something from this game, because the first half, you know, they were in the game, but just the goals at 3-0 put them behind, and guys, they deserve something, and let's hope they can get it.
Good header now from Danny Lowe. Gives the ball to Gavin Rothery. Rothery looks ahead of him. Guys, he still senses there's still a chance to get back into this game. 3-2 they trail here at home to Barrow. But after being 3-0 down, this scoreline looked as incredible as any. Now good ball from Danny Boschel, gets the ball out to Ryan Tilson. His ball towards Boys isn't so good. Danny Boschel gets the second though, and collects with some coolness and a surety, finds Ollie Johnson. A little flick from Ollie Johnson, tries to go past Burns. Guys, he hunt down Burns, but Burns does well to clear under pressure. Killock with a good header to take it away from Cook. Now Boschel out to the right hand side again. It looks like Barrow are going to make a change as they look to change their fortunes in the second period. Up towards Ollie Johnson, little flick through. Adam Boys, his first touch isn't what we're expecting normally on the edge of the D. Just gave Barrow a chance to make the interception, and they do. And there will be a change now for Barrow, and it's going to be Sam Sheridan who's entering the fray and replacing the goal scorer Dan Pilkington, who is going to be making way and has himself had a fine game this afternoon.
Yeah, he's had a really good game. He's got his goal, he's putting some great balls into the box, he's really helped Barrow in this, and this might help Barrow, the substitution.
And now there's a Guiseley substitution as well, and this is a bit of a turn up for the books. Adam Boys is going to be replaced, and Alex Johnson is entering the fray for the last, what do we make it here, 14 minutes or so of this game. So Adam Boys actually exiting the field, and Alex Johnson entering the fray. And Adam Boys, to be fair, he's just not had a sniff this afternoon, has he? He's been marked out of this game and hassled out of this game. Alex Johnson, a different player altogether though, isn't he?
Yeah, Barrow they've kept Boys out of the game. They know the threat he possesses, and you can understand the change there.
And Pilkington's just busy taking his time. The referees tell him to get across. He was down on the ground, and there's clearly a bit of time wasting going on here from the Barrow man, understandably so. Chorley have come back from 2-0 down against Hyde, now lead 3 goals to 2 in the Vanarama Conference North, and Leeds United, who took the lead earlier on against Blackburn, it's now 1-1 anyway there between Blackburn Rovers and Leeds United. This is the longest substitute I have ever seen being taken. We were second up with a substitution, and ours has been long since completed before Dan Pilkington exits and Sam Sheridan makes his way onto the field. 3-2 still to Barrow. A pulsating game of football now to get back onto level terms in this game. And Boschel takes it from the throw. Danny Lowe flicks it infield towards Gavin Rothery. Rothery back to Jake Lawler, towards Alex Johnson. His first touch of the ball, spins on the ball, tries to send it towards Danny Boschel, can't get it. It's cleared. Danny Ellis intercepts, but only as far as Wilson. But Guiseley win it back again. Jake Lawler in the centre circle, into the feet of Brooksby. Lawler tries to thread it through to Danny Boschel, holds on to it, he's pulled back. Guiseley win a free kick inside the centre circle. And now there'll be another yellow card. Rather silly decision there to kick the ball away inside the centre circle, and Barrow have another yellow card, and I'm not quite sure who it is that's going into the book.
And Barrow just seem to be trying to break up play a little bit at the moment, you know, taking the time with substitutions, kicking the ball away.
And it's a red card. Yes, I thought it might have been Jamie Crowther who gets his second card for kicking the ball away. I thought there was a second yellow coming out there for a moment, but I couldn't see for sure. Jamie Crowther picked up a booking in the first half, and now he's going to take a long walk back to the dugout, to the tunnel, and he's taking it quite slowly, it has to be said, as Guiseley now face 10-man Barrow for the last, 10 minutes or so of this game. 12 minutes to go. Guiseley still trail 3 goals to 2, but Barrow have just been brought down to 10 men, with Jamie Crowther going off for his second yellow, the silliest of yellows. He will be furious with himself, and I'm sure Darren Edmondson will be, kicking the ball away in a non-dangerous position. Now Guiseley come forward here with Brooksby, sends it in towards the area. Danny Ellis is still up. The ball bounces down towards Gavin Rothery inside the penalty area, gets the shot away, blocked on the edge of the 6-yard box brilliantly by Simon Grand. Grand so influential there, the captain who played for Telford and got them over the Conference North Championship line last season. He makes an important block on the edge of the 6-yard box as Guiseley will turn the screw in this final 10 minutes. 3-2, Barrow lead. But 3-2 they'll have to lead in the final 10 minutes with just 10 men.
Yeah, Rothery created a great chance for himself there, got a good strike away, well blocked there by Barrow, and can Guiseley keep this pressure on against 10 men now?
Throw comes in from Burns, headed away by Lowe, picked up now by Burns, chipped forward, Lowe, taken down by Rothery into Boschel. Guiseley need to get the ball into the Barrow half. They're struggling to do so just at the moment. They're holding on to the ball, frustration. Played long, up towards Alex Johnson. Johnson battling with the centre half, and then Livesey gets the rub of that decision, and Ollie Johnson and Gavin Rothery are furious and perplexed at how Danny Livesey has won that free kick. But Guiseley have conceded a free kick. Some points you just cannot believe it, but great work from Alex Johnson initially to battle with Danny Livesey, and he just needs to keep doing that in the final 10, doesn't he?
Yeah, it looked like Alex Johnson was getting onto that ball. It looked like he was being held back by Livesey there, and I don't understand how the referee gave that to Barrow in the end.
Taken by McMillan. Very tense finale to this, and not one we were expecting when Guiseley were 3-0 down at the break. Barrow just concede possession inside the Lions half. Sheridan with the loose pass when he was in a promising position, actually. Lawler gives the ball to Toulson. Guiseley still in their own half, need to do a bit more to get this forward and get on the front foot again. With 9 minutes left, they trail 3-2. Rothery with the ball inside the Barrow half, skips past one, goes left to Danny Boschel. Boschel hasn't anyone to target in the area. Ollie Johnson still on the field, gets the ball into the area, finds Alex Johnson, gets the shot away, great save by the goalkeeper off the bottom of the upright, and it's a corner to Guiseley. Just enough of a palm from Tony McMillan to deny Alex Johnson. Guiseley have the corner on the right hand side, and they're getting the men forward once again. The corner floated poorly, and in the end easily cleared by Barrow, but what an opportunity that was, and what a great save from McMillan. He's kept his side in front in this game now with a super save there.
Yeah, very good save there. Ollie Johnson did really well. He got it to Alex Johnson, and he had a great strike and good save in the end to tip it onto the post and go out for a corner.
Head injury here, so we'll have a couple of moments. Burns and Lowe went for the ball. McMillan's out of his goal, complaining at the challenge from Danny Lowe. Danny Lowe is being approached by Anthony Wilson. Danny Lowe, I don't think for my money, did too much wrong there. It was just an unfortunate collision of heads, but of course you can see why Barrow are going to be looking to try and get Lowe booked, because they're down to 10. And Danny Lowe, it can't possibly be a throw-in. Of all the decisions, it cannot possibly be a throw-in to Barrow.
I don't know what the ref's doing
the referee has given a throw-in to Barrow, and I have never been more confused by refereeing decisions. I have on a couple of occasions this afternoon. I'm never one to criticise the referees. I just do not. But this is just bizarre. Some of the decisions being... It was clearly headed out by the Barrow man. If anything, it's a free kick to Barrow if he's going to be that way round. But it's a throw-in.
You're right to be confused, Colin. But going back to Danny Lowe, I think he's been a key part of guys getting back into this game today. He's done really well getting up the left-hand side and offering support to the attacking players.
Well, referee Ian Turner, you were absolutely right. I think Danny Lowe has been marvellous this afternoon, and he's had to keep his head. Referee has to clarify exactly what's going on here, because the linesman threw his flag up. He's indicated, I think, a free kick, and he's given it to Guiseley. And it's Stephen Drench who's way off his line. There's a shouts of shoot from the crowd. Stephen Drench does not want to make a mistake with this free kick. He's in deep inside Barrow territory, but you know, we have only got 7 minutes left. They're 3-2 down after being 3-0 down. He floats one in towards the back post, claimed well by McMillan, and now Drench has to sprint back to his goal. And McMillan, I think he was going for goal, you know, the goalkeeper, but he skews his clearance and he goes out and hits touch. And that was quite an amusing moment, really, always round there.
And that's why he's a goalkeeper, Colin.
You can tell him that after the game. Now Guiseley have the ball. Jake Lawler inside their own half. They need to get this ball into this Barrow half. They'll be delighted if they can hold on at 3-2, and they'll know they'll have faced a very good Guiseley side in this second period, a Guiseley side that they pulled apart in the first. And now Wilson has bundled over Gavin Rother inside the centre circle, and Wilson is going to be spoken to. He's not on a yellow card, but he could well be getting one, and I'm surprised actually. I don't think that merited a yellow card, but Wilson is going in the book anyway. Brackley 2, Bradford Park Avenue 0. Avenue season going from bad to worse at the moment. Struggling at the wrong end of the Vanarama Conference North. Here at the top end of the Vanarama Conference North, it's Guiseley 2, Barrow 3. 10-man Barrow facing Guiseley, who have been resurgent in the second half. It's into the area, and there's a chance there for Alex Johnson, but he just was denied by Tony McMillan with a cross into the 6-yard box. McMillan swiftly off his line to claim that one.
Yeah, McMillan did well there. He came out, claimed the ball. Johnson looked like he could have got onto it. It was a very dangerous attack there from Guiseley.
High in the air. Guiseley now battling for the ball. Wilson's just pulled down Danny Lowe, and then Wilson's claiming some sort of free kick. Referee's just letting their play go on. Alex Johnson pulled back by Danny Livesey again. Doesn't get the decision. And I know what Johnson does. He gets in amongst the centre-half, plays him in a difficult position, and I think on that occasion he deserved the free kick, but sometimes I think the referees interpret it the other way around. Drench now with the clearance, high over the back line. It's allowed to go all the way back to the goalkeeper, McMillan. Johnson doesn't give it up, Alex Johnson that is. He follows him all the way back to force McMillan to pick it up.
Yeah, we're heading towards the last few minutes now, Colin, and guys need to find that tempo that they had at the beginning of this half and really create some chances to try and get level here. 5
minutes to go. 3-2 to Barrow. Barrow playing with 10 men after being 3-0 up, but Cook's got a good spin and a turn on the edge of the D there, crafting out an opportunity from nothing. The former England C striker showing his threat still in this game. Now, guys, he come forward here with Gavin Rothery, out to Ollie Johnson. Ollie Johnson cuts in field, still running hard at this game, but he's dispossessed well by Wilson, and Wilson sends it over towards Cook. He's offside. Stephen Drench off his line anyway, and Guiseley will restart with a free kick, but they take quickly. Boschel now in the centre circle, looking forward. Guiseley have 3 men up there at the moment in Danny Lowe, Alex Johnson, and Ollie Johnson. Wayne Brooksby picks the ball up, gives it to Ryan Tilson towards Alex Johnson on the right hand side. He's onside, goes down towards the touchline, can't get the cross in, gets the ball across in the end, and it's almost found its way through, but Barrow defend well. Sam Sheridan now deep in his own half, clears up to the halfway line. Well intercepted by Danny Ellis. Barrow going to make another change. Killock gives the ball to Jake Lawler on the edge of the centre circle. Lawler's under pressure from Wilson. A little bit of a heavy touch from him. And then Lowe back here to Killock. Guys, you just need to make sure they don't concede possession here. They do. Killock does well. Gives it to Gavin Rothery on the halfway line. Still men forward, but guys, he can't find the way through. In these last few minutes, they've had lots of the ball, but not had that directness that they had at the beginning of the first period of the second half. Now in towards Alex Johnson. Johnson with his back to goal, holds it up, gives it back here to Killock. Killock looks ahead, square now to Wayne Brooksby. Brooksby plays it forward, gives it to Ollie Johnson. Ollie Johnson, some distance from goal, goes in there, gives it to Brooksby. Brooksby's in the area. Brilliant save from McMillan. Great interception from Tony McMillan. All credit to the goalkeeper. He's pulled off 1 or 2 fine moments in the second half to deny Guiseley, and that was one of them.
Yeah, he just comes flying out of his net there, claims the ball. He knows what's on the line. You know, he's done a good job today. He's made saves when he's needed to, and now he gets the ball forward.
Well, another miserable afternoon for Harrogate Town. They're trailing by 2-0 at home to Worcester City. Worcester City, of course, have that big FA Cup game coming up next Saturday, I believe. Now it's a flick on from Danny Lowe. Finds Gavin Rothery. Rothery with a cross into the penalty area. Nobody there. It was such a swift counter-attack, guys. He couldn't get the bodies into the area to back him up, but they do get a throw-in. And finally, there will be a substitute before Guiseley get the throw away. And it's going to be Barrow who taking off Anthony Wilson. And they're replacing him with James Ellison, a 22-year-old former player from the Liverpool Academy. He'll be coming on. And Anthony Wilson, who's shown great pace throughout this game, and suddenly shows that he can't get above 2 or 3 miles an hour as he trundles off the field just to use up the seconds in this game.
Yeah, he's taking his time, as they have done with a few substitutions today. But Lowe's waiting to take the throw-in on the left-hand side here.
3-2 to Barrow, with my reckoning just a minute of normal time to go. Guiseley, plus whatever the stoppages they get, need to throw the kitchen sink at this Barrow defence in this final minute. Danny Ellis sprays it out towards Jake Lawler inside the penalty area. He doesn't get the header, it falls to Wayne Brooksby. Brooksby back to Lawler. Lawler into the penalty area. Ollie Johnson, oh, he's missed the target. He claims the corner, but to be fair, I think he just skied it over. Ollie Johnson is furious. He really thinks he's taken a deflection, but that was a gilt-edged opportunity for Ollie Johnson. And that was the chance, wasn't it, in the final few moments for Guiseley to get back on level terms.
Yeah, that may be the last chance for Guiseley. A great opportunity there for Ollie Johnson. He just puts it over the bar, and I don't know what to expect here. Hopefully Guiseley can create one or two more opportunities in the added time.
Cook with a good flick on, actually, and it means that Danny Lowe has to be live to the danger and pass the ball back to Stephen Drench. He was pressed by Ellison. Danny Ellis thumps the ball forward. It bounces over the top. Danny Boschel into the feet of Gavin Rothery. He's got Lowe on the overlap, gives it back to Boschel. Boschel inside the centre circle. He's looking for players ahead of him. He's got Lowe on the run forward. Lowe from left back goes towards the ball, but he can't get it because Boschel's pass uncharacteristically overhit. And behind for a goal kick. Last minute goal there for Bradford Park Avenue as they look to get back on level terms. It's Brackley 2, Park Avenue 1. Here on Guiseley AFC Radio, we've been through two emotions in both halves of this. Guiseley 3-0 down at the break, pulling it back to 3-2. It looks like they're going to just fall short here. And it'll be a final substitute for Barrow, Alex Ray Harvey. Man who came through the Burnley Centre of Excellence. He's going off and he's going to be replaced by someone who played at both Man United and Man City's academy, Johnny Gorman. 3 minutes of added time. 3 minutes? Surely he didn't say that. Surely that's not what's going to be added onto this game.
I've seen a substitution take longer than that today.
That is baffling. Well, it's been a pulsating game. We're a minute into stoppage already, so there's only 2 minutes left. Can Guiseley do the unthinkable and get back from 3-0 down at the break to get back to parity in this game against league leaders Barrow? It's now or never for the Lions. Danny Ellis with the ball on the halfway line. Square to Jake Lawler. Lawler surges on with the ball, drives on, gives it to Brooksby. Back from Brooksby. Guiseley need to find an angle to get forward. Out here to Gavin Rothery. Rothery takes the firm pass down well. Back here to Danny Lowe. Ollie Johnson. They need to get the ball in the box. Ollie Johnson's pass is poor. Gives the ball back to McWilliams. Out here to Cook. And now a counter-attack here for Barrow if they can. Danny Ellis is up against him. Cook goes to ground. Claims the free kick, but nothing given. And now Guiseley come away with it. With Ollie Johnson. He needs to be up the other end of the field. He's on the halfway line. Killick takes over. Lays it into the feet of Alex Johnson. On the edge of the 18-yard box. Back to goal. Johnson spins. Looks for a cut opportunity. Gets a shot blocked. Played away. Out for a Guiseley throw in the final seconds. As the Lions as Barrow eat up the clock with that clearance. By my reckoning, we've had almost the 3 minutes. Barrow holding on. Guiseley 3-2 behind. Gavin Rothery. Can he produce one last moment of magic? Out here to Danny Lowe. Can Guiseley do it? Low into the area. McMillan comes out to the goal. Everyone's out. It's sixes and sevens for a second. Guiseley can't capitalise. And now Cook chases down the counter-attack with Danny Ellis. And Danny Ellis very coolly gives it back to Stephen Drench. One last throw of the dice. Drench right out of the area. Guiseley need to press. One last opportunity home if they can. Stephen Drench into the Barrow half. Delivers the ball towards the back post. Good head on there from Killick. And eventually a flag goes up against the Lions. And there's an offside decision, would you believe? And Barrow will have seen this game home.
Yeah, I think that's it now, Colin. I think that all the time's gone. It's one last throw of the dice there for Guiseley, and in the end it was offside.
Well, it's been exciting. And it threatened just to peter out after the break. But Guiseley have given it their all. They got 2 goals in the second half after being 3 down at the break. But it's not going to be enough. Referee is going to blow his whistle, I'm sure. Very, very shortly. And Guiseley, well, they'll just rue what might have been in this game. One last chance perhaps still. The game goes on. Danny Lowe, long one forward. Alex Johnson battling, pulled over, nothing given, nothing's been given for that all game. Guys, you have a throw. Referee will check his watch, I'm sure, any minutes. Taken short, Wayne Brooksby curls this one in towards the back post. The goalkeeper claims against Jake Lawler. Well, had to show firm pair of hands there as Jake Lawler was charging down on him, and Lawler appreciates the claim. A quick shake of the hands between the two players, and we're away. And actually Cook can cause a counter-attack opportunity for Barrow. Can't keep it in play. Guys, he win a throw. Referee checks the watch, checks the other watch. Still we go on. Stephen Drench has a chance to play this one forward, up towards Alex Johnson. Barrow fans beginning to whistle for full time. And he managed to get the ball away over the halfway line. And at the end of the day, Barrow's 3 goals in that first half have proved decisive. 2 of them own goals. An excellent strike from Dan Pilkington. Guiseley have thrown everything at this Barrow side in the second period, and a spirited response couldn't muster the point. Guiseley have been denied a point and possibly more after a very, very exciting and pulsating second period, and spirited second half is finished here. Guiseley 2, Barrow 3.
Yeah, very good game, Colin. All in all, 5 goals. Very exciting, what you'd expect. First versus second, but Barrow get the 3 points in the end. But guys, they deserve something from this game. They played excellent, especially in the second half. 3-0 in the first half wasn't justified. 2 goals that could have been helped, and the Pilkington goal in the end proved to be the winner. And Guiseley, a lot of fight in the second half. They did really well, and I think they can be happy with that performance, but they will be disappointed not to get anything out of this.
Well, it's been a disappointing afternoon in terms of scoreline, and at half-time, well, we're ready to throw the towel in. It was a dreadful first 45 in terms of defensive moments. Barrow, well, they may well celebrate this, but Guiseley, I think, will just have to rue what they did in the first 45, because this was a team that they could beat and they should have beaten, perhaps, had they kept their performance to the level that they had shown in previous games defensively. Barrow was certainly got the fortune with a couple of own goals, but 3-0 down at the break. Guys, could have just rolled over. They didn't. They came back stronger in that second 45 than they have possibly been expected to, and they got an early goal. Wayne Brooksby got them both. Guiseley almost did the impossible and came from 3-0 down against the highly expensive Barrow squad that's been amassed to pull it back to 3-3, but it didn't happen. And Barrow go away with the 3 points. And you have to say now you fancy that's really going to cement their place at the top of the table, really cement their chances of winning this division straight, even at this early stage.
Yeah, you would say that, Colin. You think Barrow now, they've gone more clear now at the moment. And, as you say, Brooksby 2 goals today. He had 2 goals in the week, so he's in good form. But so are the team. They won 4 in a row, Guiseley, before this game. And they are playing top of the league Barrow, and they could have got something out of this game. So I wouldn't be too disappointed if I was them, even though they have lost the points today. But, very good performance in the second half. I think there's a lot to take away from this game, and hopefully they'll come back fighting in the next game.
Well, let's hope so. Let's just quickly go down the results that we've got. First of all, in the Championship, 2 local sides. Huddersfield 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0 earlier on today. Blackburn 2, Leeds United 1. Bradford City 1, Gillingham 1. Welling beat A.F.C. Halifax 2-1. Brackley 2, Bradford Park Avenue 1. Latest score there. Chorley 3, Hyde 2. Hyde were 2-0 up in that game. Colwyn Bay 3, Gloucester City 1. Fylde 0, Stockport 0. Guiseley 2, Barrow 3 here. Harrogate 0, Worcester City 3. Hensford 2, Tamworth 3. Leamington 1, Boston United 1. Lowestoft 1, North Ferriby United 2. Solihull Moors 2, Gainsborough 0. Stalybridge Celtic 0, Oxford City 2. And next week's opponents lost 2-0 to Stamford. Of course, we're in the FA Trophy next Saturday. Let's see if we can get any league table positions for you. But of course, it does mean that Barrow have been pretty much cemented at that top place in the Vanarama Conference North. They now lead with 39 points from 17 games. Guiseley in second place still tonight, 35 from 19. Chorley move up to third as it stands. Of course, that foul game I think still going on. Chorley move up to third, 34 from 18. Solihull into fourth now, 33 from 18. Fylde drop to 15 from 15 games that they have played, so games in hands on those above them with just 32 points. Oxford City up to 6th with 31. And at the bottom, well, Hyde still drift 7 points from 19 games after being 2-0 up today. Stalybridge 13 from 18, trailing 2-0 it stands at the moment. Gloucester City 15 from 17. And Bradford Park Avenue now dropped to 19th place, 17 from 19 games played. Hope you enjoyed it today. It's been a pulsating game of football, pulsating afternoon really, and a spirited second half performance. Unfortunately, the Lions couldn't get over the lines in the end, but we'll be back next Saturday for the game, the FA Trophy match here at Nethermoor, and we'll hopefully see you then.